됐습니다. 아, 그거 이제 제가 개인 SS에 그 질문을 보고 좀 황당하다는 반응을 좀 보이긴 했는데, 이제 또 성남 사는 그 남자로의 그런 닉변의 요청이 많아지면은 한번 좀 긍정적으로 검토는 해보도록 하겠습니다.
성남 안 살잖아. 감사합니다.
서울도 안 살아.
갖고 있기보다는 이제 오히려 라이벌이 될 수 있으면 좋겠다는 그 정도 위치까지 오셨으면 좋겠어요. 지금은 좀 무달하시지 않나. 제가 저번에 귓속말을 했는데 답장을 안 주셔가지고 네. 제가 쇼이치로 부특성 저항 쪽 들라고 한 5번 정도 말한 것 같은데 끝까지 혼돈 쪽만 드시더라고요. 그 너구리는 확실하구나. 네. 고집이 너무 세요. 고집이 말도 안 되게 세다. 저항 쪽 좀 드셨으면 네. 확실히 나아지지 않을까. 혼돈 쪽 말고 저항 쪽 특성을 드시면은 네. 왜 죽였어요? 아니 로또씨 계시니까. 예. 아 그래요? 하고 싶을 말이 좀 많긴 한데. 근데 일단 지금 쇼치로만 올라온다는 거 자체가 좀 말이 안 되지 않나. 말이 안 돼요. 그래서 딴 거 좀 하셨으면 좋겠고. 뭘 봐? 아니 구경꾼이 왜 이렇게 많아? 어르시 그래도 결승에서 이번에는 선수로 뵙는 게 맞지 않을까. 네. 뭐였더라? 손이 아 아니 대사까지 해야 돼요? 할 수 있다 나라면 아니 좀 아니 너무 쪽팔린데요 진짜로.
잔다. 육아 퇴근이다.
드디어 먹어본다.
신메뉴야? 좀 나만 거 같은 맨날 진짜. 근데 이거 치킨 이름 뭐야?
크크크 치킨 호랑이 맛 크랑이 치킨.
얘들아 치킨 왔다.
나 오늘부터 다이어트라고 했잖아.
다이어트 한다니까 씹지 말고 녹여 먹어. 내가 그래서 내가
빠사삭은 못 참지.
바삭함의 끝판왕 크크크 치킨 호랑이 맛 크랑이 치킨. 콘 크럼블로 더 바삭하고 갈리 파우더와 콘 후레이크 시즈닝으로 더 풍부해진 맛.
맛있는 육식계 치킨.
크크크 치킨 호랑이 맛 크랑이 치킨. 맛있어. 크럼블을 입혀 크런치하고 크리스피하다. 크크크 치킨. 바삭함의 끝판왕.
맛있는 육식계 치킨. 크크크.
치킨 이름이 왜 이래? 와.
크럼블을 입혀 크런치하고 크리스피하다. 크크크 치킨. 바삭함의 끝판왕.
맛있는 육식계 치킨. 크크크.
치킨 이름이 왜 이래?
죄인 신문하는 거야?
로스터 충원 계획은 이거 말이 되냐 이제? 로스터 충원 계획은 이번 시즌은 없고 다음 시즌에는 고려하는 중입니다.
사실 쌍방이었는데 정말 아쉬운 현실의 벽으로 인해서 갈라졌거든요. 좋은 기회가 된다면 같이 할 수 있지 않을까. 아 그거 이제 스크림 팀명을 대전 사이버즈로 신청하고 나중에 봤는데 BNK 퓨어엑스랑 경기 이네이트가 대전 사이버거즈랑 대전 사이플렉스 버거즈로 바꿨더라고요. 그래서 저도 이제 가만히 있으면 안 되겠다 해가지고 살짝 응수의 느낌으로 한 겁니다.
아, 예, 사랑은 제가 얼마든지 표현할 수 있습니다. 저희 레보르 선수의 실명이 준서고 저희 카드모스 선수의 이름이 준호거든요. 준서야 사랑한다. 준호야 사랑한다. 내가 너희 사랑하는 거 알지? 사랑해.
거절하겠습니다. 아, 저희 비즈니스.
아 듣기에는 그래 나름 입에 달라붙어서 별명의 느낌으로는 나쁘지 않긴 한데요. 사실 이제 대전 사이버즈도 이제 사이버즈에 담긴 이제 대전이 이제 과학도시, IT도시 이런 이미지가 있잖아요. 이미지랑 결합돼서 만들어진 이름이기 때문에 사이버즈로 기억해 주셔도 좋지만 항상 이제 대전 사이버즈라는 멋진 이름으로 기억해 줬으면 좀 더 좋을 것 같습니다.
어느 팀이 센지는 저희가 경기로 증명해 보겠습니다.
이번 페이지는 일단은 둘 다 성적 이상하지 않았나?
대전이랑 본성 좀 다르지.
아, 그렇긴 하네. 우리는 공식 방송에도 나왔어.
응원해 주신 팬분들 정말 감사드리고 저희 팀 응원해 주시면은 보람 느낄 수 있게 저희가 최선 다하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
그만해. 미안. 이따 하나 더 사줄 테니까. 시원하게 가보자고. 많이 차가울지도 몰라. 잠깐 밥부터 먹고 하자. 오래 찜질 시켜줄까? 느긋하게 쉬긴 걸렸네. 흠뻑 적게 해주지. 자, 오늘은 물이 별론데. 으아, 도망쳐. 고등가. 인사해. 나 보고 싶었어? 뭐 놀면서 해도 이 정도? 이제 진짜 쉬러 갈 거야.
성남은 시지 않습니까? 저희는 도니까 당연히 저희죠. 실력도 당연히 저희죠. 성남 락스 팀은 지역 연고 전에도 저희보다 높았던 적이 한 번도 없는 것 같은데요. 그래서 제가 똑같이 말씀드렸어요. 레브로 선수한테 내가 하트했으면 나 이미 1등이었다. 본인이 더 좋은 캐릭터를 했으면서 왜 자의를 탓을 하는지 잘 모르겠어요. 자격지심이 아닐까. 아무래도 저는 시즌2 때 새로 영입이 됐었던 멤버고 원래 다수님이 계셨던 원년 멤버시기 때문에 그래도 팀장이라는 그 프라이드는 다수님이 좀 가지고 있으셨으면 해서 제가 팀장은 다수님이 하셔야 된다. 대신 총대 맬 거 있으면 다 제가 하겠다. 이렇게 해서 팀장은 다수님, 그리고 저는 총대 담당, 그리고 인구님이 서기 담당, 그렇게 나누어져 있습니다. 네, 저희가 아마 계획은 하고 있는데 아마 달에 한 번씩 취합을 해서 한 번에 발주를 넣고 받는 식으로 해서 유니폼 판매를 할 것 같고요. 뭐 디스코드나 SNS 통해서 다양한 이벤트를 할 예정인데 아무래도 제가 강사 경험이 1년 정도 있다 보니까 제가 피드백하면 무조건 튀어 오르거든요. 그래서 이런 피드백 컨텐츠라든지 강의 컨텐츠라든지 저희가 경기게임 문화센터에서 한 달에 한 번 1박 2일로 이제 같이 그 한밤 자고 1박 2일로 연습을 하는 게 있는데 그때 뭐 경기게임 문화센터 저희 팀이 연습을 하는 연습실을 뭐 견학시켜 드린다든지 실제로 오프라인으로 강의를 진행한다든지 이런 다양한 컨텐츠를 생각하고 있고요. 곧 이런 이벤트들을 즐기면서 유니폼도 사실 수 있고 다양한 컨텐츠들이 준비되어 있습니다. 네, 저희 팀이 조금 비호감 팀이라서 조금 걱정되는 게 있는데 그럼에도 불구하고 저희 팀을 응원해 주시는 분이 또 많이 있거든요. 그분들 굉장히 감사하다고 생각하고 있고요. 앞으로 저희 팀 팬 하시면 제가 하나 약속 드릴 수 있는 건 있어요. 저희 팀은 한 번도 못했던 적은 없는 팀이거든요. 항상 꾸준히 상위권 성적을 거뒀던 팀이니까 성적 때문에 화나실 일은 없게 만들어 드리겠습니다. 저희 팀 많이 응원해 주시는 분들 정말 감사드리고 앞으로도 다른 팀 응원하시는 분들도 저희 팀 응원하실 수 있게 제가 마음을 다 돌려보도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
사실 원래 제가 인터뷰 때 딱히 인터뷰 때 떤다기보다는 평소에 친구들이랑 대화할 때도 피곤하면 가끔 말이 안 나오는 경우가 있는데 하필 인터뷰 때 그게 그 장면이 걸려가지고 그런 이미지가 좀 잡힌 것 같습니다.
안녕하십니까. 제가
아쉬워서 다음에 이제 결승전 올라가서 1등하고 인터뷰 때 다시 좋은 모습 보여드리도록 하겠습니다. 일단은 프라이드 치킨 쪽을 좀 좋아하는데 담백한 맛에다가 확실히 이제 거기서 이미지로 자랑하는 바삭한 치킨이라는 키워드가 좀 잘 맞는 느낌이더라고요. 그리고 크크크 치킨이 이제 그런 바삭한 맛이랑 좀 마일드한 프라이드 치킨 맛 괜찮았고, 소스 들어간 이제 프링클이나 그런 거 좋아하시는 분들도 되게 좋아하실 만한 크랑게 치킨 소스가 또 달짝지근한 맛있던 게 또 맛있던 것 같습니다. 일단은 남은 지역 기반으로 저희가 주변에 봤던 팀이나 그런 좀 위치마다 팀의 팀 위치 개수 정도를 유추를 해가지고 어디에 사람이 좀 있겠다 정도는 기본적으로 추측을 하는 편이고, 그 외에도 이제 저희가 하트랑 헤이즈를 쓰기 때문에 들어오는 교전에 좀 유리한 감이 있어서 저희가 먼저 일부러 다른 곳으로 밀어내고 C를 유도하는 경우도 좀 많은데, 일단은 가장 중요한 마음가짐으로는 예전에 망나니 선수가 좀 해줬던 말인데, 이 게임은 힘센 호랑이보다 영리한 늑대가 살아남는 게임이라는 말을 좀 마음에 두고 매번 플레이하는 것 같습니다. 제가 본의치 않게 프로게이머 준비를 옛날에 오래 했었는데 2년을 좀 못 버리고 게임을 좀 오래 했었거든요. 그래도 결국 이터널 리턴으로도 선수로 뛸 수 있게 돼가지고 정말 기분 좋고, 제가 1등을 한 번 한 이후로부터 많이 좀 관심을 가져주시더라고요. 그래서 기다려주시는 부모님께 매번 감사하다고 생각하고 있습니다.
너무 무겁습니다. 그래도 제가 팀장을 맡고 있긴 하지만 대부분 이제 영루즈님이 다 담당을 해주셔가지고 게임 외부적인 부분 같은 것도 다 담당을 해주셔서 믿고 의지하고 있습니다. 네. 전 이제 서은선 씨, 워낙 이제 같은 원딜 포지션인데 이제 운영이 너무 깔끔해가지고 계속 배우고 싶어요. 같은 팀을 했기도 했는데 이제 피지컬적인 부분은 좀 비슷하다고 생각하는데 운영적인 부분은 너무 잘하더라고요. 확실히 제가 배워야 할 부분이 좀 많다는 게 느껴지고 있습니다.
우선 경기 이네이트 이기 전에 ASD 팀이라고 인구님이라고 인구 형이 저한테 이제 먼저 저희랑 같이 하는 게 어떠냐 이런 식으로 물어봐가지고 들어가게 되었습니다. 면접 같은 건 따로 안 받고 그냥 스크림 매판 하자마자 바로 들어갔어요. 네, 시청자들 입장에서는 저는 그래도 교전적으로 진짜 자신 있어가지고 만약에 저가 대회를 나가게 된다면 진짜 교전으로 보여드리겠습니다. 우선 로컨 형 우선 내일 예선하는 걸로 알고 있는데 예선 부디 이겨줬으면 좋겠고 결승에서 보면 좋겠습니다. 네.
같이 한잔 할래? 가볼까요?
물에 빠진 사람은 없지?
드디어 바다에 왔어. 물 들어가기 전에 몸 푸는 거야? 좋지. 이제 수영하러 가도 되지?
어디든 금방 날아갈게요. 이제 자유롭게 날 수 있어요. 꿈꿀 시간이에요.
얕아 보인다고 함부로 물에 들어갔다간 큰 코 다칠지 몰라. 안녕? 어디 가는 거야?
수영복은 얼마만인지 모르겠어. 뭐라도 걸치고 올 걸 그랬나? 잘 어울리는 거 맞지? 언젠가 오늘을 추억할 수 있으면 좋겠어. 반가워. 귀찮은 건 하나면 충분해. 잠깐만 혼자 있게 해줘. 편하게들 살았구나. 쉿. 내가 내가 나가는 건 비밀로 해. 나도 반가워. 죽으면 죽는 거지. 그뿐이야. 숨어봐. 할 수 있으면. 둥둥 떠다니는 사람들을 본 적 있어? 난 봤어. 이게 끝?
저 창원 사람입니다. 네. 저희가 이제 아무래도 실험체 폭이나 그런 거에서 좀 밀리다 보니까 지금은 더 약세인데 전 점점 늘리면서 저희 그 성남 락스 팀이 우세할 거라 생각합니다. 저는.
저 이제 시즌 3 끝나고 그 팀을 구하다가 이제 반발사 형의 그 요청이 들어와가지고 고민 좀 오래 하다가 이제 또 성남 락스에 입단하게 됐습니다. 그거 이제 제가 개인 SS에 그 질문을 보고 좀 황당하다는 반응을 좀 보이긴 했는데 이제 또 성남 사는 그 남자로의 그런 닉변의 요청이 많아지면은 한번 좀 긍정적으로 검토는 해보도록 하겠습니다.
서울도 안 살아.
갖고 있기보다는 이제 오히려 라이벌이 될 수 있으면 좋겠다는 그 정도 위치까지 오셨으면 좋겠어요. 지금은 좀 모자라시지 않나. 제가 저번에 그 귓속말을 했는데 답장을 안 주셔가지고 네. 그 제가 쇼이치로 부특성 저항 쪽 들라고 한 5번 정도 말한 것 같은데 끝까지 혼돈 쪽만 드시더라고요. 그 너구리는 확실하구나. 네. 고집이 너무 세요. 고집이 말도 안 되게 세다. 저항 쪽 좀 드셨으면 네. 확실히 나아지지 않을까. 혼돈 쪽 말고 저항 쪽 특성을 드시면은 네. 그 왜 죽였어요? 아니 로또씨 계시니까. 예. 그래요? 하고 싶을 말이 좀 많긴 한데. 근데 일단 지금 쇼치로만 올라온다는 거 자체가 좀 말이 안 되지 않나. 말이 안 돼요. 그래서 딴 거 좀 하셨으면 좋겠고. 뭘 봐? 아유 구경꾼이 왜 이렇게 많아?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back. It's been not 24 hours since we ended the stream, but it's been somewhere around there. Hope you guys had a wonderful Friday. It is now Saturday for most people. Maybe it could be Sunday. Maybe it could still be Friday. I don't know. I don't care. We're here for the Wildcards. Welcome back, everybody, for the Eternal Return Masters Season 4 Phase 2. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening. My name is Shuvi. We're back.
My name is
for
McSpeedy.
the Wildcards, and that is McSpeedy. He has a different picture. What happened to the black-haired sword man? Now we have a weird, weak dagger.
A wiki.
We have a wiki.
A wiki to celebrate, to honor Luminal. We got
to honor Luminal.
To honor Luminal. Salute 07.
07's in the chat, everybody.
Yeah, 07's for the chat, you know, in the patch notes. Yeah, I just felt like switching up, and I like this picture. It looks nice.
Yo, somebody in the chat said Unk missed his meds and is now having identity issues.
Oh god, man, it's beginning already.
Yeah, we're already starting off with the nonsense.
Do I even want to open the chat? Oh boy.
Well, wait, ladies and gentlemen, I can't even talk today because my goodness,
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're here for the Wildcards. You guys, if you guys were here yesterday, then you guys know which teams are going to be playing here tonight. Yesterday was an absolute wildfire set of games for the group stages. If you guys have not watched it, or if you guys just weren't here yesterday, I highly suggest you guys go and watch the VOD. It's going to be on this channel, of course. If you guys are able to watch it, go for it. If you guys aren't able to watch it, we'll be talking about some of that here today because
Oh, yeah.
we need to bring in some of the stuff from yesterday to even remotely comprehend what the hell is even going to happen today.
Yeah, the teams yesterday were just absolutely bonkers, man. And if yesterday's games show anything, mixing those two groups together today, wild cards, they're definitely going to live up to the namesake of being wild.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. These 8 teams yesterday, dude, they fought tooth and nail to even be in the wildcard stages yesterday.
yeah.
Do you remember that Gyeonggi and 8 to beat out one of the teams by 1 point to make
Yeah,
it to...
it was a single point difference. They beat, which team was it? I can't remember.
Oh, goodness gracious. You're right. I forgot what the team is.
It was Mudkip. They beat Mudkip out by
Mudkip.
1 point. Poor Cuddy could not make it into the wild cards. And, it's hard to see, but I mean, Gyeonggi is a solid team in their own right with Ing9 and Zerojin. I think they were one of the highest seeded teams coming into this. And yeah, now they have to fight through this grueling wildcard round. So many talented teams in here.
Exactly. But in the end, it is the wildcard stand. It is the wildcard stages, which means only 4 of these 8 teams are going to move on, no matter how many good teams we have playing here today. And it's going to be quite brutal. Although, there are a couple more chances for these players to get points compared to yesterday within their own respective groups, because today, as it is the wildcards, we are going to have a best of 6 today, instead of these teams having a best of 4, something very similar to yesterday.
I see. So this group will be a best of 6 then.
I told you this yesterday.
Okay, look, old man memory, alright?
You're literally
I hear one
in the
thing.
chat. You
Look,
can't say that.
look. Things happen. You know, when you get a little older, sometimes things go in one ear, and then the brain just kind of kicks it back out the same ear. It doesn't go through the brain to come up the other ear.
You're literally
It's
setting
early,
yourself
man.
up at this point.
It's early, man. I didn't get that much sleep.
Don't worry, I didn't either. But I'm feeling good.
Did you even sleep? I was gonna say,
As
you're more
most
the
people in
nocturnal
the
type,
chat
aren't
would
you?
hope, I haven't. But I did get, I think, about an hour. Maybe I'll consider it a nap before we started here.
Okay, a nice little nap.
Yeah, a nap before instead of sleeping at all, right? Just a nap. That's it. That's all I got.
Sorry, I just got I opened up the stream just to have the chat open, and then I had the volume on. And I was hearing you twice, and it was like, oh god, what's going on? Okay.
My goodness.
Well,
But
we should be
Meek, I
getting
believe.
started soon here.
Yeah, we're going to get started with the predictions that we're going to have coming in. We saw it yesterday. It's very similar for each of the individual groups, where we saw it for the seeded teams and the qualifier teams. This time around, we're just going to split it up between the 2 simple groups that came in to play yesterday during the group stages that are qualifying here for the wildcards. We can definitely see that there are some favored teams inside this lobby.
I mean, Cartel was solid yesterday, and Chusit and Asher, I mean, they're both running the same comp, and obviously everyone seems to think that comp's strong because they're pulling in a majority of the votes on Group B.
I mean,
And that comp was, what, Lenny,
Ekion,
Jenny,
Yep,
Ekion.
it's the classic
Yeah.
3. We're going to have
Yeah,
another
and
team running it today,
We're going
too.
to see that again. Will any of the Group A teams meshing with the Group B teams create any bans, do you think?
Could possibly be the case. I mean, Cartel, Sabers, Hungnam Rocks, as well as Daejeon Cybers. They playing any of those 3 characters yesterday?
I'm
Maybe
not
Jenny?
sure. Yeah, maybe Jenny. We might see a My ban.
Could theoretically be the case. We saw a lot of them
It's hard to
yesterday as
tell.
well.
Yeah.
I believe Mai was actually banned in both of the groups, right? At least once. Yeah, so we have some interesting pick and bans that could go one way or the other today, but let's go straight into the games, shall we, Meek? It's going to be game number 1. Character selections are underway, and do expect game number 1's character select to actually be relatively representative of what we might either see in games 1, 3, and 5, or maybe what we could theoretically see throughout the entire night, because so far I'm not seeing any bans as of right now. We do have a lot of double picks, very similar to what we saw yesterday.
Yeah, really similar. Actually, no, there might be a My ban. Like I called, the Peng and Satin are both hovering it, and Ing9 already has it locked in. In contrast to yesterday, Ing9 was playing Theodore, right? So they've definitely switched things up for Youngie.
Interesting, yeah, so we are going to have a Mai ban in game number 1, and Satan playing the Mai is a little bit weird to me because I don't know if you remember from yesterday, but Team Saber was playing a lot more of the very squishy, let's just kind of look for opportunities with this Cappy and burst their team kind of comp. The Mai is a little bit interesting to me if I'm going to be honest with you, but in comparison to what we saw yesterday, this is a lot more of a stable composition.
Oh, for sure. Well, because yesterday they were running Felix?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Felix,
so
we
they
saw some
definitely
other characters.
they were definitely, you know, very all in when they try to get an engage. Now, these seem things are a little more well-rounded. The composition definitely seems more standard.
Although I'm a little bit worried still, right? Because yesterday this team was definitely in dire straits every single game, pretty much. I'm honestly quite surprised that they were even able to ban it. They were even able to make it to this point because of how many times this team was denied literally every game.
Yeah, right. But you know, maybe bad luck.
Yeah, could theoretically be bad luck.
This could be some bad luck going on. Maybe some miscommunications that they've cleared up. Hopefully they can perform to the best of their ability today, and same to all these teams.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go into game number 1. All the players are obviously loaded into the game. They are all moving along. Surely with no remakes, we will just casually be on our way into the best of 6 that we're going to have for tonight for the wildcard stages.
Who do you think is going to take game 1?
You can't ask me this stuff. You already know. The moment I say it, they're gonna die first.
Okay, well, I will. Oh god, he's getting jumped. NCMB actually on Felix Day. He was playing hard pretty much all yesterday, no?
Yeah, it does seem to be the case where he is going to change it up, but you also have to remember that there are 2 actually, not gems, but hearts being played in this lobby, and we got a lot of people trying to chase people down. Revolu will actually invest a blink in. Does he have the level 2 blink right now?
I think it's still blink 1 because he has credits still.
73 credits, and he's going to die for it, so a 3-minute cooldown.
Oh my goodness.
He picks
but
up
they pick up, yeah, they get a point on the board, so I mean, you know, all things considered, early lead, Youngie tying it up. Not bad. It's an okay investment.
It would have been worse if he used the blink and didn't get a kill to show for it, right? Because that's one of the situations that you really hate to see in a lot of early games things where you use the blink to try to either stay alive or you try to use it to chase down a kill, and then they just barely get away with low HP. Or you just straight up die after blinking. You hate to see it, but...
And that blink 1 investment, it's such a long cooldown. I mean, it's what, 180 seconds? That's going to last the whole entirety of night 1. Maybe even carrying into first objective rotation. It's definitely something that you gotta be really careful using, but I mean, if you get the kill, then kill's a kill.
Okay, here we go. Early fights are actually a little bit more common than we saw yesterday, right?
Oh yeah.
Picks happening a bit more than what we saw. Youngie, on the other hand, is going to be able to get himself on out of here, but look at the mini-map. He's getting corralled by literally everybody. Revolu knows about this one. He takes his speed gate. Down he goes.
Youngie, I mean, you know, it was a good job on the White Lily, but it's unfortunate on where they are in the map. There's nowhere you can run.
Okay, we might actually already have the first 3v3 fight in this game already as well. Digital Cybers, they really want to get kills, but we'll just casually back away from this one. Does have all their ultimates, but doesn't want to
recognize that Cadmus is half health already, so they're just gonna respect it.
Oh yeah.
And Murray and Owo controlling gas station. Maybe these 2 teams will run into each other here. Oh, imagine if Via just flew into Cadmus. No vision, just flies into him. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Okay, he's okay. He's okay.
Yeah, well, let's be real here. He doesn't even have his motorcycle helmet. He's also a Jenny, right? Even if he dies to the dog, he's gonna get played at anyways. Now, the cooldown might not be the greatest to pop in the world, but they have buffed it in recent times, so it should be...
it's 90 seconds, I'm pretty sure. It's not too bad.
You can cope with that. Sebi, on the other hand, he's not really so coping with
doesn't get his stash reset, so yeah, he's just gonna go down.
for him. Down he goes. Kyungki and Nate picking up themselves a second kill of the game, which means we got 2 teams in this lobby right now that has kills, and they're both on 2.
First objectives starting. We already see Cartel rotating into Temple, looking to control that. But we've also got Chuseat. I mean, they're waiting for their Ekion, but once he comes up, we'll see what they decide to hyperloop. Looks like they will. Meanwhile, in Hotel, Saber and Asher looking to contest over the Hotel tree. Pied with a great sidestep. This healing plant gonna bring up the fall, and Pied goes in. Dino, oh my god, Pied is all over the place. He's utilizing the chickens to mobilize back into the fight after Dino gets zoned out. And Asher's just gonna have to leave this one. Dino got completely zoned out by Pied and had to respect the Ekion. Also, in archery, Chuseat and Daejong Cybers.
Yep.
Okay, nothing's really gonna happen here. Chuseat's gonna back off. Daejong Cybers probably going to look to contest these wolves. No, these guys are gonna get away with it as a 2-man. Interesting.
Both of our mirror matchups seeming to have a little bit of issues in the early stages of the game. One loses their Ekion, one is going to lose their Jenny for the time being. Of course, they're both going to come back, but this means that the early game pressure that these 2 teams we saw yesterday being able to apply is not really going to be there, especially for both of these Ekions that heavily rely on the Tree of Life as well as the 4-score upgrades. They're not going to have that this time around early on, of course, as we saw Team Asher losing the fight inside of Hotel, not going to be able to secure themselves that tree. Bob Malsa, he's completely isolated by himself, will take the ball, which means Songnam Rocks loses their positioning inside of Uptown as well.
And that's the thing I wanted to touch upon with these Jenny teams. I mean, the one, I guess you could call it weakness of Jenny, I find, is that her build is very expensive for transitions. She wants double mithril, double 4-score, and those things aren't typically accessible this early into the game.
She's going to be on a little bit of cope towards the middle of the game, especially because even aside from the Jenny, I mean, those compositions, if it wasn't for the Lenny, right, because she is very low investment. We saw yesterday with the Lenny sitting on 0 transitions, which I think even until day number 4 and they're still able to get away with it. And even if you do, let's say, put a transition on the Lenny, realistically speaking with that composition, you really only need the Elf Dress on the Lenny, right? Maybe a Dragon's Fury if you want to get her invested into, but if you're going to do that, just give the 4-scores over onto the Jenny and all that jazz. So yeah, that team very expensive to build since the Ekion also needs 4-scores. Outside of that, it's just Tree of Lives, but it's still a bit of an investment when you consider it in the long run. With how they're starting out here in game 1, it might be tough, but here we go. Nemery getting out of the Reign of the Vampire Queen. Mangani is not going to find anybody angle on that one, but Nemery is still dead. Down he goes. Umu will also get chased down by Cadmus. Should be able to get one more. Does he? He's getting kited. Shield should come up in just a moment. There is. Knockup and knocked down. Goodbye to Umu. Cadmus is going to pick that up and goes away to C. Safety in the hands of Airline as he runaways with the Shukai. On the other side of the map, we got the Alpha being contested by Team Asher as well as Kyungki and Ains.
He had in the back, triple knockup. Oh, it looked like it was about to happen. Really close. Youngie looking for more though. They're not done. Scoots up the, gets Mithril Ekion and just jumps out with the acceptance speech to zone off Youngie, but Youngie's still pushing forward. Jumo looking to heal up Nokori.
Everybody on this team is so ratty.
Yeah, they're just so slippery, you know? Like, it's just so hard to catch this team out. Jenny is super slippery character. Lenny, same thing, and Ekion, you know, probably the most mobile of the 3.
Quite interesting that they decided to walk in. A lot of times teams can get punished for doing that, right? The objective goes down, and in a lot of cases, you know exactly where they're going to go. They're going to go right on top of the objective, grab the item, and then start running away. And you saw the Shackle Jaeger come down, but it was the immediate call from the Jenny of Team Asher putting down the acceptance speech that kind of zoned away a lot of the core damage dealers on the side of Kyungki and Nate. Not really able to get any lockdown on towards that team. And then you have your Jenny dashing away, you have the Ekion dashing away, you have the Jenny using moving reload. Oh, maybe you can catch the Lenny. No, she just hops away, spring traps, moving reload. Oh, she's out of there.
Yeah. And when she hops away, she's hopping onto her teammates who just hopped away and giving them a speed boost. So it's just, yeah, it's a lot. Okay, in archery, Chuseat just engaging right away. Rocks in there. Bob Malsa with the Duende. Hits the Q3, gets a little shield and healed off of Sebi, but Sebi is just back here. Completely indomitable third party. You're right, coming in. Whoa. Yeah, these guys are just going to split as soon as they see that. And Sebi actually getting Youngie out of the deal as well, so avoiding the third party, getting a kill. We'll take it. If I'm choose seat, I will definitely take it.
Quite high value kill there. I'm actually surprised that OUO did not decide to push the issue any further, considering they knew that it was going to be a third party. Airline decides, hey, burn to a crisp didn't hit, so I'm just going to back away from this one. Buys enough time for Sebi actually knock down Youngie.
Oh my god, Magnani is just caught.
Oh, nice stasis to actually dodge out on the explosion shot, but Magnani is effectively out of the fight, and it might be bad because down goes the Carla of Revolu. Cancel out on the Peacemaker, but Cadmus may have sealed his own fate by doing that. 8-9 trying to chase this down. Tao's just doing the same thing. Delay should slow him down a little bit, and the taunt comes in. Down goes Cadmus, Darko down, and the Carla down.
Magnani just completely caught out. I believe he was trying to finish crafting his Pharaoh's artifact there. And yeah, he just got completely caught out. He thought they couldn't see him over the wall, but I guess they were able to see him through the window, or at least hear him crafting. And oh, well, anyways, enough about talking about that. Jin Chapel heading into Warehouse. We have a fight. Saber on the run. Oh wait, no, Satin's in the back just wailing on Nogari. And yeah, they're actually winning this fight. It's hard to tell. No, I don't think they are. Pied's healing plus with the Lenny is just going to be too much to deal with. Dushiman's, what's that item called? Revenant already invested. But they get the revive, the cheeky revive. They're going to look for more. And Dushiman is just chilling out here, burning his timer.
So much. 6 seconds left on his timer. He's just going to try to make his way back in. Maybe he was looking for a flank angle, but with Pied being that high on his gauge, of course, he has resets, not really to find anything. But a round 2 coming in for Dead and Cybers versus Kyunki Innate. All the harpoons down on the ground, but nothing really landing at this point. Magnani knows what mistakes he made in the last fight. Looking for maybe a redemption in this situation, but Kyunki Innate is a quite mobile team, and there's a lot of interrupts on this side too. Explosion shots are good. We got the Peacemaker if Tazu really wants to send it. We got Ing9 with the struts. Let's see if Magnani is able to find an angle in on this fight.
I mean, I think so long as Ing9 doesn't step up, there's not going to be a fight. It's just going to be an endless... oh no,
they might have
there will be a fight. There will be a fight, and Ing9 goes in. Oh my god.
Oh. Yo, somebody pushed Chino back in.
Cybers are going...
Another cancel on the Peacemaker.
Oh my god, what is going on?
Wait, Cadmus is dead, right? I mean, he's got 8 seconds left on his timer.
Oh yeah, he's gonna make it out.
Oh.
Cadmus barely making it out. The only remaining teammate alive for his team. They don't have enough credits to full revive either. Youngie and 8 is going to be able to revive their teammate.
White actually kind of looked okay. Ing9 also going to lose
never
out
mind.
on Ing9. Yeah, Kyunki and 8 losing out on the mine too. He tied the pot, he tied the timer.
They're not going to have enough credits to full revive either. Meanwhile, in Forest, Umu finding a great angle for this laser. 2 down for Saber.
This is a little bit problematic now.
Yeah, and I don't think Saber has enough to full revive either.
Absolutely do not. It's gonna have to revive Dushiman, I believe, and then Dushiman and the Dina are gonna have to farm up about 100 credits worth in order to revive back the Mai. It's gonna be tough. Look at the minimap. There's nowhere for them to really go.
Yeah, they can't go to Hyperloop. They have to walk back into Forest to a team they just lost to. It's... yeah, they're more or less just in shambles.
Sitting inside this corner. Did end up getting the Mutant Chicken Horde, which is a really good spot to be in. But this only puts them about 20 credits closer to their original goal. Maybe a little bit more, but yeah, across the board, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, and they don't have any farm rotation around them. Everything in Chapel's cleared, and everything in Forest is being cleared by the team that they know is there. So they don't really have any opportunity to get back into this game, not for a while at least.
Absolutely not. Same thing for Dead and Cybers right now as well. We saw Cadmus farming up a little bit, but look at how down on credits they are. It's going to get even worse if Cadmus can't even find a place to resurrect on, because look at where he is as well. He's sitting in the corner of Chapel at the moment. He sees pings everywhere around the zone. And with the console being called right now, he's going to buy even more time.
I believe he has vision of everything going on. He should have vision if he's over there, but maybe he didn't take it because he doesn't want. No.
Now he's getting it. Oh.
Oh, and see, this is awful because since he's taking vision away from someone, they know that they just lost vision as someone's here. So they're likely gonna take a look and see because of that. I think Cadmus misplayed by taking vision because now they know somebody's here. They know something's up. And now, like, in the position he's in, if that team runs down, he has to run under vision alone. Anyways, in school, oh my god, all hell is breaking loose.
Yeah, there's so many teams around this area. Look at the timer being invested
No,
by
it doesn't
all
have timer.
these teams. This
Neither
is
has the suit. They can't run away. They have to stay.
A little bit more, maybe.
Wait,
also,
Saber's
there's
here
another
too.
team sitting around here too. They're trying to get the res, but it's gonna get stunned up by the Duende. Dushiman tried to res up his entire team. Actually has to dodge out on the heli tax stat in order to do so this time around. Gyeonggi and A, they're on the run. Sebi taken down to about taking down about a third of his HP. I'm sorry. Tazu taking a whole lot of damage from Shinonome. He's trying to chase this down, but there's another third party coming in, and we're seeing again Shinonome getting caught out by a third party by over chasing by himself. Down goes the Jenny, and this is an absolute devastation for that team. 556 credits on the Jenny. Call! What are you guys doing chasing?
Oh my god.
What?
Man. It's so tough. And Saber couldn't revive immediately because there was a box already called, so they were just trying to take the box to get out of the way to revive. And ended up losing another teammate, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to full revive before day 5 ends. Cartel just gets whipped for free after all of this because there's just so many injured teams in the area.
Oh man, the Dushiman can only just watch his whole teammates picking up that objective. Ing9 trying to hyperloop on out of here, but the knockup from Envenomization is gonna be the calling card for Team Gyeonggi NA. They will be our first team eliminated off in game number 1. 6 kills on hand. Quite an impressive number, but that's all they're going to be able to show. Here is the acceptance peak going down on the ground. Bob Malsa navigating through this fight like an absolute master, but he's still getting hopped around all over the place. Bouncy house one after another. Piet, on the other hand, getting taken dangerously low. There is no healing plans here, which means for Team Asher, they're going to have to reset. Trying to get away from this. Piet on exuviation.
Done with the rockets?
Oh, 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
okay, they're
on
gonna
the Lenny.
Those rockets could have been certain death if he was any closer. Because they were trapped in a funnel, there was nowhere for them to run. And yeah, if those rockets were any closer, the full team's getting slowed and just eating so much damage. Shinonome going to check the bush with the spotlight. Okay, never mind, we're in hotel. Another fight going on. Bob Malsa on Jumo. Jumo getting dangerously low. Might go down here. Yes.
Oh, down he goes. That's a 1-for-0 trade so far. Sogunam's about to get taken down, but Piet's about to find a whole different set of problems if he's not able to get out of there quickly.
Oguri cleaned up both of them.
Oh, you're right. Whoa, what the heck?
So Hyungi's alone and doesn't get the...
Oh, it's day 5, and he gets blocked on the shield too. There's the spring trap back in. Fantastic play coming through from Xenophine. They might have not picked up the kill onto the Haze, but they might be able to pick up the one onto the Estelle. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's guaranteed dead now.
Shinonome trying to chase this down. 5 seconds left, and pop goes the Weasel.
Up goes the Hyungi. Okay, so all the teams left are full teams, thankfully, so at least they have that. Shinonome has 600 credits, man. It's time to get the red shoes. Holy god.
I'm hoping this
Saber just sitting in the corner. I believe Saber's down a lot of transitions, so they don't really want to be found here, especially by... I mean, this is the last team they want to see, is the Wick team. Cartel going to find him. NCMB.
It's not bad.
This should just be pure destruction, right? Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, that's just it. They can't keep up with the Wick damage.
Okay, it's the 1-for-1, and down goes Dushiman. This is one of the issues of playing Cathy the late stages, right? If you don't kill somebody in just one go this late into the game, it's going to be really difficult for you since you have to throw yourself into the fight. You're bound to take damage, especially up against an AoE character like the Adina. You're going to take a lot of that because you're not that tanky. You're looking for the burst damage, and you don't even have the safety net of the Cloak and Dagger since Dushiman is playing the dual sword. He's running the dual sword rampage, yeah.
And it's tough, especially in corridors like that, and your first target you see is Felix. You can't really focus Felix down in that situation because he just hops away. And by then, you know, the rest of the team's funneled in, and you're forced to play in these in these tight corridors against something like Adina who just throws a Sun down it and hits everybody. Even if you do manage to kill the Adina, you're just going to take too much damage between the Wick buff and the Sun, pretty much. Even just that.
We've seen that consistently throughout the fights that Team Saber has taken as well, where they actually do get some really good damage down. The Suture landed on a double target this time, right?
They got a double Suture.
Yeah, inside of the...
It just felt like they were down too many items, down too much, tempo in this game. Anyways, going into it, Sebi just flying in. Recognizes that Piet is down on meter. Oh, but okay.
It's the same thing happening.
Oh my, it's just like the pure ditto.
Whoa!
Oh my god, nobody going in!
Yeah, but Piet's already down on the ground.
Piet's
Shinome
down.
as well as Xenophine actually had enough damage to knock down the Ekion. It was basically the mirror thing happening to each other, right? The Ekion tries to target down the Jenny as well as the Lenny, but in the end, it's going to be Team QC that has a much better setup going into Team Asher. They're going to lose 2 members on their side. The mirror matchup again going into the hands of QC, all off on the early aggression coming in from the Ekion. And with that, this Lenny stuck in the corner. She's going to have to book herself away in towards the red again. Looking to go back down the hotel exactly where Team Chusita is going to be waiting for them with open arms. But before that, he's got to deal with OUOB.
Oh no, Jumo.
Oh no. Oh my god. You hate to see it.
You hate to see it, but you kind of love to see it too. It makes for a fun moment for us. It's not fun for Jumo, that's for sure.
That right there is the reason why Eternal Return has the horror tag.
Yeah, that is exactly why it has the horror tag. Jump scare from the bush. Okay, they're gonna get seen here. Oh, airline gets flipped in, but nothing really gonna come of it. Sebi on the back, just Umu just trying to deal with Sebi, but he just can't deal with this Ekion.
But Xenophine's already down on the ground. Can they actually manage this 2v3? Execution bonus is going to come through. Remember, it doesn't matter how many people die on your team this late into the game because they will res eventually, but Nemery is just pumping damage down onto Sebi. It's too late for this team to recover. Jenny goes into the play then. There is the VF Eruption. Down goes Shinonome. Down goes Chusi. OUOB is going to be one of our last few teams alive. Last other one is going to be Team Cartel as the hotel and fire station temporary zones close. It will be school for the final zone, and we saw this one yesterday. Will Team Cartel be able to overtake OUOB? Because we saw this team also in this temporary and final zone yesterday as well.
Yeah, I mean, OUOB came out on top yesterday between these two teams, if I recall. Yeah, it was going back on that previous fight. I mean, it's so hard for Jenny to deal with something like Heart, something with such high mobility. It's so hard to land that carpet, and so hard to have, as much upfront DPS. Umu poking down Pang, about a quarter of his health gone already, but Namuri getting absolutely chunked, and the Ghost Light is just lingering on him.
Yeah, I think that was just one team conjoint too.
Yeah, but they should be able to heal him up just fine. Bunghwa also healing himself up. And I mean, OOB definitely has the range advantage here with Eva, but it's only slight.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit weird, I think, for Team OUOB. They're going to try to slowly push the members of Cartel out, but they can only chunk people a little bit at a time. Felix is pretty good at running away. The only real target that Umu has right now is onto Bunghwa, who doesn't have any good mobility, and he is landing some really nice damage, but Adina is also notorious for being a character that can sustain themselves pretty well throughout a fight. Shukai can do a little bit,
Namuri is
a lot. That's a lot of damage over onto Bunghwa. They're full sending it. This Felix.
They force the Peacemaker, but he's isolated alone over here, yeah.
Fantastic exclusive.
Yeah, the exclusive is forced to be burned, though, honestly. It wasn't a really desirable usage of exclusive there. It was more get out of jail. He needs to get out, because NCMB was just in alone, surrounded by 3 people, trapped in the Peacemaker as well. He was definitely going to go down if the exclusive didn't come out.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, Umu's damage is just insane. What the heck happened there, Shubi?
I think it might have been a little bit of a ping situation over on the KR.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations, again, where if you have that range advantage, it has such a huge impact if you can't create an engage immediately. And Cartel, like, they couldn't find an engage. There was nothing really good. The best thing they got was what NCMB went for, the blank Q3 onto Namuri, into the ult, into hoping that he can get another one off and kill him, but the Peacemaker is just such a great security tool for just not dying.
Exactly. And in the end, right, it's again school being a situation where these Adinas cannot really walk around too much, right? These containers being such a threat to these characters that really don't have that much long range mobility, right? We saw yesterday where I believe it was team BNK Fear X actually struggling even more up against Pungwa's Adina. More so than anything else, because they were playing the roster of Fiora, ERM, as well as the Suwa, stuck on the top right side where that container was. Where we also saw in this fight, the Felix and the Adina stuck behind. They had the exact same problem where they can't find a way back in because that container is so fat. Even Felix is not able to jump that wall without something like a blink, which means once you get pushed out, you're doomed.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Namuri was abusing, right? He was abusing the huge container to lay down poke on the NCMB without any risk of being threatened, without a large investment. And that large investment obviously being blank. And he just put down too much damage on NCMB before the engage started. So NCMB already engaged around half health, I believe it was. And Bungwa was just permanently in check from Umu. There was no way for him to try and approach and help as the carry. So, yeah, they just really couldn't find any footing. And they don't want to group up in that situation, because then they're eating AoE lasers from Eva, and that's even worse, right?
It's a little bit awkward too, in my opinion, that in the end, Felix decided to go for the heart, because one of the best ways to deal with that composition is to force the heart ultimate out by getting onto the Eva, but on the other side of the heart, so that the Peacemaker actually doesn't really track you more so than it's trying to keep the Eva outside of it. So I was actually surprised that the Felix decided to full send it in towards the heart, because you saw exactly what happened. All the Eva has to do is get out of the range and start poking down the person inside of the Peacemaker. Can't really do anything about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about that at all once it happens. It's the number one thing you want to avoid against that composition, is just getting, comboed by the burnt to a crisp with the Eva laser inside the Peacemaker.
Unfortunate, but in the end, it is going to be a GG's call to Team OUOB. It's a great start for this team when, yesterday was a lot more of a slower series, I think, for that team. A lot of games where they walked into temporary and even final zones with maybe 1, even 0 kills, and most of the kills they were able to manage to get in the first place yesterday was off of the final zone 3v3 fight between the final couple teams. So picking up 6 just off of temp zone and the final zone, this is actually, I should say 7, because they even managed to catch out, I believe it was Jumo on the Lenny coming down from school. So they picked up a lot more kills than what they're normally accustomed to, I think, in comparison to yesterday.
And I mean, they seemed pretty confident against all the team comps they had to fight last round. I mean, they beat down Chusit, and that means they probably beat Asher as well. And they also won out against... What other teams did they fight other than...
Chusit, Asher, they also just beat, I think it was...
Cartel.
Yeah, Cartel. They managed to beat out a lot of teams in comparison to yesterday at a way faster pace than what we expected
Yeah, they definitely... I don't know if they just got ahead this lobby and they were winning off of a lead, or if it was just their ability to play the fights was a lot cleaner today. It might be a combination of both, honestly.
Yeah, either way, that is going to net them 18 points. First place, 7 points over Team Chusit as well, who's going to be in second place with 11 points. This is a great start. And something that I am noticing for this team that is slightly different than what we saw during phase number 1, or even in season 3, I should say. Maybe... I don't remember if they specifically did this during phase number 1, but in comparison to season 3 at least, OUOB has changed up their strategy when it comes to transitions, because one of the main priorities they used to put was to try to get the Chaser onto the Ava somewhere around night number 3, especially in the early stages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because you want to get that transition on the Ava, right? The armor penetration is absolutely massive. Yeah, you can put the Primordial Hex on her, which I think was the option for Team OUOB, but you do end up losing some stats here and there. But something that I'm noticing this time around that has changed up for that team, they're actually opting to put the Heartbreaker priority over onto the Heart, and giving the Ava, I should say, only an Imugi spoil that she actually carries all the way into the end game. So quite a different way of transitioning in this situation, and it actually allows Nemery to pump out damage like no tomorrow, we saw against Team Chusit in the hotel.
there's a lot of fights where Namuri is actually the primary carry, and actually Umu switching to Adina, maybe trying to bait out a ban? No, okay, so that was interesting. Umu was looking at it. I feel like we just saw a little mind game in the character select here. Umu hovering Adina to try and strong arm Dina off of Adina to avoid the ban. It ends up working, and the last second he switched back to Eva.
Okay, good stuff, but this also means that it's going to be a heart ban coming through in the next game. NCMB swapping back over from the Felix onto that character, which means for Nemery and Tazu, they're going to have to find alternative picks. Whereas on the other hand, Mai will come back in the next game. So these picks are a little bit stagnated away from one another. That's a ban we're going to go into game number 3 with. So that could be something that these teams do to consider when it comes to maybe swapping out some of these players if they don't think that with these Mai and Heart picks stagnated against one another, it's just worth to run.
Oh my god. Satin's on Spear Fiora.
Oh my god, he's bringing back something from yesterday then.
Oh my god. We're seeing more Spear Fiora. The lowest pick rate thing in the game is just all of a sudden in ERM. Ooh, Loot Buddies.
These players are
my
cooking.
favorite.
Hey, we saw this a lot during today actually yesterday in EROB, right? Police Station is still very highly contested.
Oh yeah, Police Station's still very hot. I find Warehouse also is another common start. Warehouse stock routes just so fast, so strong.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, when it comes to this area, I'm very much used to Hearts being here. I'm very much used to being, you know, maybe seeing a couple assault rifle characters even being inside of Police Station. I'm used to Carla's being in this zone a little bit early as well. But do these players expect the Spear Fiora starting out in that zone? That is the weirdest thing that these players are probably
like, never see.
What?
Like, what are you doing here? What are you even doing in this game?
How do you practice against us?
And yeah, and Saber's comp is just entirely different this game. They're using this, you know, this bread and butter combo we saw all of yesterday in Group A. Theodore Alonso, just such a strong combination.
All gonna come down to whether or not Satin can skill
Nobody's
shots.
getting dumped.
Sebi joining in on the fray. Did he get the reset? Oh, he did. He actually did get the reset off of the bear,
Sebi
off of the boar, and the resets all
everywhere.
over the
Oh my god.
Sebi trying to jump on in here. Healing coming in for Tazu. Sebi's just holding the line up against everybody. Jinno's already down on the ground. Tazu's on the ground as well. It's going to be 1-for-1 actually as Cartel picks up the kill. I think over onto Jinho. Sebi gets taken down. Sebi on downtime. This is a little bit weird. How many teams are in the zone? Pang is also going to get taken down here most likely. Which means, hold on a second, Tazu might have to run. Cartel, no, NCMB, sorry. He's still on the air.
Yeah, he's still alive. And Youngie got dropped down to 2 people there as well.
What is
that? Was kind of scary for some of these teams.
Yeah, thank God.
We almost saw 2 teams wiped in day 1. Oh my god.
Thank God Sebi was still before, well, I should say pre-Weapon Mastery 5, right? Because if he had the resets, I'm pretty sure Sebi would have made the call, knowing him, to make the turnaround. He's actually going to decide to turn around. Oh, didn't take the speed gate, but he has one for himself.
Sebi is just such a menace in this early game. Satin. Yep. Sunganum's going to go down. Yeah, but yeah, Sebi is just such a menace in this early game. Just it's so hard to deal with Ekion when you don't have any damage transitions or really weapon levels or any form of scaling online yet. He's just got so much healing. Meanwhile, in Warehouse, Youngie looking to fight Cartel here. NCMB getting brought awfully low, but so is Ing9. Ing9 using the guard to get out. Oh, Peacemaker on the top. Jinhu dealing with the 2v1 on the bottom, but NCMB is just going to get taken down here. Oh? But he gets one for his troubles. Not bad.
Absolutely.
If I'm Cartel, I'm taking that. You're already at 3 team kills early into this game.
Yeah, the fight actually started really badly for Team Cartel as well. A lot of damage, a lot of pressure coming through from the Carla, which means Pungwa was essentially forced out of the fight and couldn't assist the Heart. The Peacemaker seemed a little bit forced, but it was just barely enough healing. Just barely enough for that Heart to actually pick up a couple kills. So NCMB, yeah, not bad of a result, I would say.
No, if I'm either tongue work, please. If I'm either of those teams, I am struggling. If I'm either of those teams, I'm definitely taking that.
Good stuff. 3 kills for Cartel, 3 kills for Daejeon Cybers. This team is actually getting a lot of kills in the early stages of the game, right? Daejeon Cybers, we talked about this team in game number 1, I should say, tied with Team Gyeonggi Innie for having the most amount of kills going into night number 1. Now, it was only 2, right? It was a lot more of a slower paced game in game number 1 during the first rotation of day and night cycles. But this time around, they're tied with Team Cartel, 3 kills on their hands. And with the start go, it seems like they are looking for some of these early game fights, trying to take advantage of this. I don't exactly want to say unstoppable force because there are ways to deal with this character, but he has a lot of ways to kind of lock down simple characters. And then with the Carla following through with the Shackling Anchor, yeah, you got a lot of lockdown for early game.
And something that I find interesting here is I think OUB are all on level 1 tack because they're 100 credits up on everybody.
And the
either that or their split farming strategies are just that efficient.
No one's died on that team today so far in the early stages.
Yeah.
Oh!
Peacemaker forced out. Peng is gonna have a good ultimate here.
Oh my god,
Good guard release from Ing9. NCMB, NCMB is so low he can't contribute to this fight anymore. Peng is just gonna get taken down as well. NCMB's forced to run away, and the tree is gonna go over to Gyeonggi and 8.
These players are living by such close margins. I'm surprised that NCMB lived once again. Very, very low HP. I think it was about 100 or 200. So, unfortunate for Team Cartel. They will stay alive, but yeah, is going to lose out on the Tree of Life for that one. Shinonome trying to get out. Oh, actually gets tagged by the Sanguine Javelin. No cameras going down. Shinonome may be able to get on out of there, but the grappling maneuver, it's going to be enough. Shinonome goes down. Juicy loses to Jenny for the next 25 seconds.
And that 25 seconds is very important at this stage of the game because if you haven't called in yet, you're going to have a tight margin for trying to get your call-ins off and making it to the next rotation of objectives between Battle Zones and Alpha.
At least it was early enough in the day where you're still going to have about 40 seconds or so, and they're sitting inside a temple right now. Fortunately, Team Sangnam Rock seeming to walk up. They're inside a stream at the moment, so Team Chuseat walks over onto the console at a very, very awkward time. They could fight up against the team while they're calling.
I don't know if you caught that, but Sunganum has Holy Orders and Glacials already.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
a lot. That's a lot of damage.
Now that's a lot of damage. And I also saw Umu. Yeah, he's also on Foursquare as well. I saw him calling it inside of archery range earlier, which means, is it the Holy Orders Persona or is it the Dragon Scales? I forget what. I don't even know what Umu prioritizes anymore because I did mention the transition swap ups for that team, right? He typically tends to call. I believe it was a. Oh my god! Wait a second.
Oh
that's another
my
spring trap.
god, it's just
down
pure
goes
destruction off the spring trap.
Sanity.
Asher finding 2 kills instantly.
Jesus. Now Team Chuseat is the one on the back end, as they're not going to be able to overtake Team Asher. This early game is really not working out for this team. They're sitting on what? Overall 5, maybe even 6 team deaths right now? This is just not a great game number 2.
Yeah. But Asher not out of the woods yet. They still have Daejeon Cybers coming in. Yeah, they're not going to get this for free. They're going to have to... Is this Asher's battle zone?
No, they actually couldn't get it because they were busy killing the members of Team Chuseat. They try to walk back in. They're going to get a lot of timer if they decide to walk through this. But
No, it is their battle zone.
How is it their battle zone? No one was in it. What? Did somebody walk in?
You know? That is their battle zone. They're chilling.
Alright, somebody clip that and send it in the chat because I thought it wasn't going to be a battle zone for anybody. They were so busy killing the members of Team Chuseat. I thought they didn't make it in there, but okay, I guess. I mean, they're chilling at this point, not too worried.
And that's massive. That's a huge tempo advantage. You don't expect to see the greedy battle zone into alpha, you know, rotation in the ERM, but you know, even at the highest level of play, it can still happen.
Team Asher still aggressing over onto Team Chuseat. They're trying to get revenge over what happened in game number 1 from the looks of it, right? They do not want to lose this mirror matchup any longer. But on the side of Team Chuseat, again, Sebi, we talked about this yesterday too. He actually does play a lot more aggressive than Piet, and it seems like he's a bit more comfortable with this composition because, as I mentioned yesterday, this team composition is their bread and butter. They ran this during phase number 1. They ran this during season 3, if I remember correctly. They just know how this composition works. And
Yeah.
such a big advantage when it comes to mirror matches.
They seem very comfortable on it, and they always seem to know when to play front to back, or when to just let Sebi jump on a carry and try to have a split 1v1 and 2v2. They seem to always pick the right option.
Good stuff coming for this team. It does not mean that
Oh my
the
god,
game's over.
Revolut taking
Malsa is just
so much
ending
damage.
it, but he's just dead. Oh my god, that's not the right fight to look for.
Wow, it looked like Revolut was just gonna get bursted there, but he blinks out and Bob Malsa just drops like instantly. That was insane damage.
Unfortunate for that team. Seongnam Ross gonna be down 2 members for the next 20 or so seconds. The Haze are the only one left alive on that team. Bob Malsa, I saw what he was aiming for there. He actually got a lot of really good damage down with the Alcompos Vuelta combo, right? I think it did crit, so I saw a huge amount of health bar being chunked out. I believe it was from the Bianca, but you didn't cancel the Reign of the Vampire Queen, and also you just got CC locked from the Darko knockup and the explosion shot. Not exactly the greatest of looks, but here we go. Cartel versus Team Asher inside of Hotel. Peacemaker is forced out. Noguri taking down the low HP, but Bunwa trying to stay alive. He's gonna get burned down by the overflow burn. Unfortunate for him.
And Saber comes in and cleans up Peng.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be one of these games, yeah, and here comes Gyeonggi. It just seems like you can't have a fight without somebody sliding on in, being like, hey, it's Mr. Steel Kill.
Back at it again from yesterday.
Oh yeah. First it was Steal Your Box, now it's Steal Your Kill. What are they gonna take next from us?
This is bad, this is bad. Look at their credit count. Do you bring back the
Yeah,
Adina here? No, it's gonna be the Estelle, so this is bad. But you need to do this, right? Because here's the thing, you're weighing 2 different options. Do you bring the Adina back and sacrifice a potential escape in order to farm up the mastery on your Adina while farming? Or do you bring back the Estelle and have a chance to at least stay alive in some of these fights? That's a huge risk taken from that team. But while that was happening, Satan falls as this Fiora not able to withstand the composition of Team Gyeonggi and 8.
Yeah, but they'll be alright. They got lots of credits to call them back, no problem. I mean, it sucks that you have to burn them, but
You're
they're not in dire straits like Cartel. Yeah, like life could be worse, I guess, right?
Yep. This is gonna be
Cartel's
rough.
pretty close to getting the call-in back for getting their Adina back. They're maybe what, 30 credits off, 20 credits off.
Yeah, and I did see them having to hyperloop earlier outside of archery range, since gas station was the closest hyperloop they had. Archery range was completely farmed up, so it seems like the hyperloop wherever they went seemed to have worked out. Dina is gonna land the spark data. It's holding on towards the Nikki. Gonna get guard reversed
9, watch out, this Nikki's not gonna let it go.
Oh, Tazu looking for an angle. Oh, actually, Magnetic Field is gonna cancel the Heartbreak, the Peacemaker.
My god.
Which means that Dina actually gets the benefits of the overcharge. Gyeonggi Innate loses 2. This time around, it's the Revenge 3v3. It's gonna be a 1 versus 1 when it comes to the overall matchup between Team Gyeonggi Innate and Team Saber. Nicely played in a fantastic Magnetic Field.
Got really worried for Dina off on the side. He was isolated alone against Nikki. I thought for sure he was just going to get bursted. The ult came out and we saw Hart triple dash in to try and capitalize on it, but the Peacemaker getting cancelled was just a fight-winning play.
Oh, here we go. Another fight for Team Saber. Are they going to be able to recover from earlier? No, the Spring Trap comes in, and it's not like the Fiora has played dead any longer. Dina's about to fall here as well. Down goes the Theo. Dushiman, the last one alive. This guy's just waddling away on the Alonso. Oh my god. They have so many credits, but it's all going to go down the drain as minus 500. Team Matage in the chat, everybody. Oh, not here.
Oh, no.
Not here. No, 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 no.
And Saber's eliminated. Oh no.
This team is just
4 kills though, not a bad count, but
why is this team so unlucky?
it's just, yeah, like it just, Saber has just been, even yesterday we saw them just struggling to get things together. Meanwhile, in Pond we have Juseed, and again, these fights where Sebi just gets on the back line and they're forced to either deal with him and collapse inward, or take a 2v2 with a separate 1v1. And Sebi is just pushing forward. No matter how low he gets, he keeps moving forward, knowing that his backline is going to win. Bob Malsa looking to kill the corpse a little bit, but isn't able to do enough damage to it. Oh no, he did get the corpse.
No, he popped. He head popped.
Oh, he popped.
I noticed that too.
Interesting.
Oh, nice blink coming in from Revolu. Is he going to be able to knock down Peng? He does have timer advantage here. Peng trying to walk back in, but it's only full of green health marks on the other side. Peng is going to die. Fantastic blink coming from Revolu.
That was so good by Revolu.
That's filthy.
Yeah. But can you expect any less from someone like Revolu with such a, prestigious history?
Such a prestigious history.
Yeah, I mean he's quite the player. He's been around for as long as I have, I think. Honestly,
he's a name that pretty much everyone would know as long as you've been playing Eternal Return and kept up with competitive at one point.
Yeah, he's just been around as long as you can remember. Even if you've only kept up with KR ranked, like we've seen him climb to the top many times. Rocks. Oh, no, Sebi is just finding his way onto these backliners so easily. And yeah, look at this. Songanom's forced out of the fight. Sebi turning back around to help his teammates. Bob Malsa is gonna have to get ulted here by the... Oh my god! Triple knock-up by Hyungi, but it's not gonna matter.
Oh, this might matter now, though. Here we go with Shackling.
This will matter.
Out. The slow coming in from Tazu with the love and peace. But they get out. Look at how ratty this team is. It's ridiculous.
So slippery, man. Every time they get third party, they all just jump out. There's just no way to pick them off. All of their mobility is so low cooldown and non-committal. They could just use it at any time to get away from a third party.
It's so crazy. That team has been behind for pretty much the entire game. We saw how bad their early game start was, but they're playing more confident than Team Asher. How is that a thing?
Yeah, comfort. That's the only. They're just more comfortable on the composition. That's the only explanation I can come up with.
But this is gonna be a little bit rougher now, as Team Asher is gonna be able to pick up the wick line, the blood sample going over to their team, the buff also going over to their team, which means for Team 2C it's gonna be a bit tougher, since you do know that these Ekion fights, they're a lot more extended, so that wick line bleed buff is gonna matter a lot more.
Yeah, the longer the fight, the more value it has. It's clean and simple. OEOB, we haven't seen them really much all game. They've been very quiet. I'm kind of curious what their game state's like right now.
This is standard for them though, right? This is why I was super confused as to how they were able to pick up so many kills by Final Zone in the last game.
Actually, you could see just there on the bottom, Heart picking up her blood weapon. So they must be in pretty good shape. Rocks looking to get this revive off before day 5. I believe nobody has vision, or they have vision of Chapel. Yeah. So they're pretty comfortable just coming in here.
Oh,
boy. Calling off, but OUB waiting in the wings, and also the Wick team waiting in the wings of those wings. So
what wings are we looking at?
Yeah,
it's insect. Go. Is Team Rock's going to be forced to fight this? The stun comes on to Pied. He actually decides to reset Overflow, although he doesn't have any resets to do. Oh, this actually puts everybody into the midst of Team OUB. Everybody lived.
Yeah, everybody just, Rock's disengaging after seeing the third party. They don't want the smoke out of this. Nobody wants to get third partied.
This might be a little bit awkward though. OU will be actually trying to corner Team 2C. Oh my god, Umu.
Oh, they're gonna check it.
They're gonna check it. Here we go. Let's see. The pull back in actually is gonna stun the heart. Is this going to be enough?
No.
Oh, the Peacemaker gets cancelled by the Expensive 2. Umu isolated in the backside by Sebi. He needs to back away from this fight. Okay, good. He's not Shinonome. Not gonna chase all the way in for funsies. But Team Asher still has Wickle line. Pied isn't even close to Overflow, so he's not gonna be able to chase this fight. Umu trying to run away from the situation, and Team 2C, they're trying to make a comeback from the early game.
Oh my god, the spring trap, just opening that up, bringing Heart dead center. Oh, that was crazy.
The acceptance speech was perfectly placed too, right before the Peacemaker came through. But to be fair, on the side of Team 2C, right? I mean, it was a really good play with the acceptance speech, but that's kind of to be expected, right? If the Heart's gonna get pulled in like that with the spring trap, you know she's gonna immediately pop it. So I really like the call for that team to just full send it with the acceptance speech.
Yeah, they've definitely rehearsed that engagement many times. It just shows. Asher looking to take down Sunken. Pied not able to finish the job. Bob Malsa and Hyungi's getting out. But Justice is here, and they want blood. They're on the chase. Shinonome, no. Snuffin looked for the spring trap, but it does not land. And now Asher is being the fourth party to their own getting third partied.
This is all over the place. Sebi
And
isolated.
Sebi getting spring trapped into
There
the
are animals
wall.
here. Everyone's stashing across the same thing.
Oh no, it's Eki on time, baby.
Trying to get away.
And Sebi gonna enter Exuviation.
Oh no!
Oh,
He
no.
actually decides to
He's
reset.
barely had enough meter. But look at this. He's running right into Dejunk Cybers.
There's a camera right there too.
And
He's
there's
so
cameras.
doomed.
He's so dead. There's no way out of this.
Oh, his team needs to
They
hyper
see
loop
it and they're
now.
responding.
Get out of this alive. There are no animals in this area. There's a lockdown with the Sanguine Javelin. He's trying to get the resets, gets another one, but there's another team right here. He doesn't have the reset now. Does he have the force field?
Yes,
He does,
Sebi
but it's only level
just-
2.
He's choosing to die to Youngie, I guess.
Oh my
god!
god! Looks so cool for a second. Shackling Anchor is going to cancel the acceptance speech this time. No, not the acceptance speech, sorry. The Peacemaker this time. Ing9 taken down to the ground. Youngie Innate down to 2 members as Tejon Cyber is picking up multiple kills across the board. Sitting on 11, whereas the Ekyon, he's trying to res. Does he actually
No
get
way,
this?
man.
Where's the rest of his team?
There's no way. I think he's gonna get up.
Oh, I think so too. The
gonna be
members
close.
of Tejon Cyber is very
close.
slow. He gets out. DNA will get taken down. Another member down from that team. Chusi, Shinonome locked out of the Hyperloop. They can't leave this area anymore. Sebi, he has 19 seconds on his timer. Is he going to be able to get out and maybe join up with his team? He's trying. He's trying
The White Lily,
desperately.
maybe?
But Temp Zone is going to be a problem for him. He doesn't have timer.
Oh, I think he's gonna make it if he's quick.
He will, but Temp Zone, it starts in 10
But
seconds.
now he's gonna have 2 seconds for temp zones in a busy zone.
He's not gonna make this, man. It's
Yeah,
so over.
it's just not gonna matter.
Unless he's able to push teams out, like they just gotta force it and try to push a team out. 11 seconds on his timer now. Yeah, it's
There's
not
just too
that
many.
bad, but Shinonome gets isolated. Down he goes into the play that nobody's health bar is low enough for this team to take advantage of. 2 seconds left on Sebi. Pop goes
There
the
goes
lethal for
Sebi.
that team. Shinonome down on the ground. 8.767 seconds on his timer. Jinho 5 seconds on his end, and this should, I believe,
Jinho's
be
about to go down now.
Rocks picking it up.
No, Asher's cleaning all of this up now. Rocks in complete danger here. Pied on the back, just forcing Songanum to just not be able to play the fight. There goes Songanum, and Youngie goes down too.
Why is Umu here?
Wait, Umu? What the heck? Where did you come from? And yeah, Asher just completely cleans up here. And it's funny, we talked about earlier how Chusi just looks so much more comfortable in their comp, but they fell too far behind this game. Asher, if you look at all their items, all of them are full gold. With the exception of Nogori, who has his blood weapon as well.
This was actually what was built up earlier. It wasn't the red shoes from the Wicca line. It was actually the high noon built up
Actually went for the high noon, yeah.
This is problematic. The knockup is not going to land on anybody, but this is going to force the fight. Team Asher looking for resets. He actually gets one over on towards Cadmus. He actually has dashes at the moment. Reign of the Vampire Queen goes down. Noguri about to get taken down. There is the play that popped out for this character. Jubo still alive, and the harpoon misses! Oh, that's problematic. Jubo stays alive. Noguri will take the fall, but Magnan, he can't stop this. He cannot. He has no crowd control.
There's nothing he could do. All he could do is try to kill him as soon as he gets up again.
But you can do it again.
You can just do it again over and over again. This is stupid.
He's looking for the heal. Oh, it's not going to come back, but there it is. There's the kill over onto Magnani. Cadmus can't stop this, so it's not like, what is it? It's not like Piet is just going to be able to res him over and over again. But Cadmus, his life has a limit, and that limit will come soon. There's a dash reset. He gets the shield, but it's only going to be
Magnani is
Polycar.
farming points, man.
Oh, he's going. Can Cadmus run away? Absolutely not.
No, he
Minimization.
can't get out.
We'll see. Where are the Revolut res? What? How is he alive?
He's self-resed, I guess. I guess he's self-resed in Forest somehow. Yeah, that was hilarious because each of those kills count for a point, correct?
Oh yeah.
Just farmed him, man.
I don't even know what happened. GG's called out the Team Master though. They're gonna run away with I think 17 team kills. I don't know how many of those are
that's
field
huge.
kills, but what a roller coaster.
Were they the team that got the battle zone into Alpha? It was Asher, right?
I don't. Oh, but the battle zone was completely open. There was nobody else in
so
there
it's
except for that team.
all it's all real kills.
My God, that is so many points at game 2.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna shoot up to first, I believe, after that performance.
If they weren't already, right?
Yeah, right.
Oh no, it was OUOB.
Oh, OEOB was first. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. OEOB was first, and Cartel got second last round. So
These games are
it'll be
too
interesting how the
exciting,
standings pan out. Mm-hmm. That was a wild second like temp zone in Chapel. It was just like every team was just collapsing on each other. But yeah, as you saw, Sebi just had no timer from the situation he was forced into, and that was the ignition that set everything off.
Yeah, the biggest problem for him was the main. What is it? The biggest problem for him was that he was completely isolated away from his team from the get go because of the fight that was taken inside a chapel. And from that, it just kind of stemmed. It trickled down into the situation where he did get isolated. He was able to res, yes. But even if he was able to res, he couldn't really get out of the temp zone of stream, right? Yeah, maybe he could fight it inside of it, but it's still going to be a 1v3 situation. His entire team is completely locked out of the hyperloop because the temp zone in Chapel, I don't know how this became to be, but is right next to the hyperloop. There is going to be a team that sits there.
Oh, every time. So there's absolutely no way for a duo to try and go to him, and there's no way for him to get to his team because he either has to run through Cemetery, which is going to burn timer, and he was also forced to not be able to do that because of where he self-res. He knew, I believe it was it Daejong Cybers coming down? He knew that team was, whatever team won the fight on the top side of Pond was coming down the bridge, so he knew he had to just burn timer through stream to get to the hyperloop rather than taking the jump pad. He didn't have enough time to go through the jump pad to Cemetery to try and make it to his team, which I think would have been less timer burned, but yeah, absolute wild game, honestly. More standard compared to yesterday. A little more relaxed pace, but the early games in these lobbies have all been a lot more aggressive.
A lot of these teams are also playing the macro game, especially in the temp zone, a little bit better because we haven't seen any of the solo or even duos managing to take advantage of the new temporary zone system. So I do like that, right? These teams are kind of taking a look at, hey, we do have an advantage inside of this temp zone. Let's just sit inside of it instead of pushing our way through into the other side for absolutely no reason when we don't have control over that area.
Yeah. You don't have control over the area. You have absolutely no information on what's going on in that area. These teams are recognizing that and saying, "Hey, let's just sit here. We have control. We have wards set up. We have everything set up, and let's just chill. We don't have to take any silly risks."
Exactly, and from that result, we're going to have Team Asher picking up 17 total field kills. First place also means 25 points.
What a top-heavy game.
Yeah, for that team. 19 points for Team Daejeon Sabers. Both of those teams above 10 when it comes to the field kills. Everybody else right below it, which means look at the leaderboard. Team Asher and Daejeon Sabers going to be in first and second place respectively. 20 field kills for both, but the placement points are just better for Team Asher. OU will be sitting in third with 23, very close to those two. And Choose Seat going to be rounding out our top 4 after game number 2 at 19 points.
It's interesting because you look at Gyeonggi and Nate, they have 11 kills. The same amount of kills that OUOB has, but they almost have half the points.
Yeah, that's the
placement
power
is just making such a difference.
Yep.
Yeah. OUOB just has such a consistent game, always finding their way into the late game, always finding those placement points. I mean, even last game when Umu was the only one alive, he managed to scoop up third place.
This is the greatest part about playing that Ava and Shukai comp, right? You are usually able to push yourself in towards the end, which means the placement points will come a little bit easier. But Meek, that was game number 2, and you know what that means. It's going to be time for us to take a momentary break.
Break number 1.
Exactly. Break number 1 out of the 2 that we are going to get tonight. So as soon as the replays begin, we're going to kind of think a little bit about, for you and I, talk a little bit amongst ourselves while we are on break. For you guys in the chat, make sure you guys go grab some water, go grab some snacks, and go take a stretch because games 3 and 4 is upcoming, and I know you guys are excited for that one. So we'll see you guys after the break. Hopefully you guys have fun during that break too.
I know I will.
맛있어 맛있어. 크럼블을 입혀 크런치하고 크리스피하다. 크크크 치킨. 바삭함의 끝판왕.
맛있는 육식계 치킨 크크크.
치킨 이름이 왜 이래?
와.
크럼블을 입혀 크런치하고 크리스피하다. 크크크 치킨. 바삭함의 끝판왕.
맛있는 육식계 치킨 크크크.
치킨 이름이 왜 이래?
아, 죄인 신문하는 거야?
로스터 충원 계획은 이거 말이 되냐 이거? 로스터 충원 계획은 이번 시즌은 없고 다음 시즌에는 고려하는 중입니다.
아, 사실 쌍방이었는데 정말 아쉬운 현실의 벽으로 인해서 갈라졌거든요. 좋은 기회가 된다면 같이 할 수 있지 않을까. 아, 그거 이제 스크림 팀명을 대전 사이버즈로 신청하고 나중에 봤는데 BNK 퓨어엑스랑 경기 이네이트가 대전 사이버거즈랑 대전 사이플렉스 버거즈로 바꿨더라고요. 그래서 저도 이제 가만히 있으면 안 되겠다 해가지고 살짝 응수의 느낌으로 한 겁니다.
예, 사랑은 제가 얼마든지 표현할 수 있습니다. 저희 레보르 선수의 실명이 준서고 저희 카드모스 선수의 이름이 준호거든요. 준서야 사랑한다. 준호야 사랑한다. 내가 너 사랑하는 거 알지? 사랑해.
거절하겠습니다. 아, 저희 비즈니스.
아, 듣기에는 그래 나름 입에 달라붙어서 별명의 느낌으로는 나쁘지 않긴 한데요. 사실 이제 대전 사이버즈도 이제 사이버즈에 담긴 대전이 이제 과학도시, IT 도시 이런 이미지가 있잖아요. 이 이미지랑 결합돼서 만들어진 이름이기 때문에 사이버즈로 기억해 주셔도 좋지만 항상 이제 대전 사이버즈라는 멋진 이름으로 기억해 줬으면 좀 더 좋을 것 같습니다.
어느 팀이 센지는 저희가 경기로 증명해 보겠습니다.
이번 페이지는 일단은 둘 다 성적 이상하지 않았나? 아, 그렇긴 하네. 우리는 공식 방송에도 나왔어.
응원해 주신 팬분들 정말 감사드리고 저희 팀 응원해 주시면은 보람 느낄 수 있게 저희가 최선 다하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
그만해. 미안. 이따 하나 더 사줄 테니까. 시원하게 가보자고. 많이 차가울지도 몰라. 잠깐 밥부터 먹고 하자. 오래 찜질시켜줄까? 느긋하게 쉬긴 걸렸네. 흠뻑 적게 해주기. 자, 오늘은 물이 별론데. 으아, 도망쳐. 고들가도. 인사해. 나 보고 싶었어? 놀면서 해도 이 정도? 이제 진짜 쉬러 갈 거야.
성남은 시지 않습니까? 저희는 도니까 당연히 저희죠. 실력도 당연히 저희죠. 성남 락스 팀은 지역 연고 전에도 저희보다 높았던 적이 한 번도 없는 것 같은데요. 그래서 제가 똑같이 말씀드렸어요. 레브로 선수한테 내가 하트했으면 난 이미 1등이었다. 본인이 더 좋은 캐릭터를 했으면서 왜 자의를 탓을 하는지 잘 모르겠어요. 자격지심이 아닐까. 아무래도 저는 시즌2 때 새로 영입이 됐었던 멤버고 원래 다수님이 계셨던 원년 멤버시기 때문에 그래도 팀장이라는 그 프라이드는.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back from the break. We had fun. talking.
Oh yeah,
about,
we had a blast. We're talking about Monster Hunter, we're talking about RuneScape, we're talking about.
Don't expose me like that, man. Some of these people in chat know how much I was addicted to Monster Hunter a few months ago. It's
Oh yeah.
I
How's the
might start
chat
making a
feel?
comeback.
Are they Rise enjoyers or World enjoyers?
I don't know. It could be Rise enjoyers or World enjoyers, but we're
Mm-hmm.
here because we're Eternal Return enjoyers. My God, that
Yeah,
actually
that's
kind
exactly
of rhymed
it.
a little bit. What the heck?
Right? That was good. Spitting.
Yeah. Spitting and rhyming and giving out all the vibes. Guys, welcome back from the break. We're here for games 3 and 4. And of course, because we just had our break, that means we can have team roster substitutions coming in. And quite frankly, if I'm going to be honest with you, I think there are some teams who could really actually be considering that option, because games 1 and 2, some of these teams did struggle throughout this, and it's not the teams that we would normally think about, because OUOB yesterday struggled a lot during the early stages of their group games, but they're actually doing really good here today during the first stages of the wildcard set of games.
Yeah. And we're already getting into the game. Oh my God, they're not wasting any time. Do we see any roster changes?
Let's see. Shinno, Sebi still there. Airline, well,
Everybody's
Team OUOB
still
is
here,
only
it
3
looks
roster.
like.
Yeah, I think everything is
all
exactly
the same rosters. We see Jinho busting up the Tsubame again. It didn't go quite as planned yesterday, so hopefully it performs better today.
With the heart band, it's going to be a bit forced out, right? Tazu not going to be
Yeah,
able
that's
to pick
right.
that, which means he's actually going to completely swap the kind of archetype of character he's going to be playing away from the heart ADC-esque type to a control mage of the Scylla. And I'm hoping Windy comes back, because this guy is never here when Scylla
like
gets
the-
picked.
Jinho guy, we were talking about it earlier, but this is another one. This Jinho guy's like the Korean Patar.
Oh yeah, oh that's right. Yeah, that's right, guys. Before we started, Meek and I were talking about a lot of these Korean players that are kind of the North American equivalent of a certain player. We had like Cadmus being striker. We had I guess now we can say Jinho is a little bit along the lines of Jast even.
Patar, Jazz. I was
Yeah,
gonna say Patar because he plays
Jazz.
Heart in Tsubame, right?
True. And who else do we have? Umu is Gemos. Those kind
Yeah,
of.
Umu's Demos, just the one evil one trick who just refuses to give up on that character.
Always talks about how she's weak.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's
You had an
perfect.
equivalent as well, actually. Didn't you talk about that?
Soren, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There
There
are
are
a lot of
versions
equivalents.
of us. You never know. Korea is a big place.
Exactly. But guys, here we go. Game number 3 has begun. Character selections are abound, and we do have another My band. So these My and Heart bands are very much being stagnated at the moment. Of course, that means maybe game number 4 is going to be a bit more in line with what we saw in game number 2 just now coming back from the break.
Yeah, I think it definitely will be. Was there any? So there's a My band this game?
Yes, yeah, there were 3 My's. I think it was team 1, 2, and 8 that had it.
Okay, interesting. So yeah, game 4 will definitely be more like lobby 2, I believe. Because lobby 2 also, or was it? Yeah, lobby 2 also had a My band.
Yeah. No. Game
No?
2. Game 2 had a Heart band. It was game 1
Heart
that had the
band.
My band. Yeah, it was a little bit flipped.
Oh, okay.
Little bit of the stagnated bands coming in. See, Cartel, Saber, and Young 8 is going to force out the My band for the next game. Which is actually quite surprising that we are only seeing 3 teams pick up this character when she is available. We know how valuable she is. We know how much the KR teams really love to run this character in. Pretty much any composition that involves multiple damage dealers. Yeah, she's had some value here today, right? The exclusives haven't been
definitely.
like massively eye-opening or some giga fight-changing kind of composition exclusives or anything like that, but she still is bringing a lot of value, a lot of small intrinsical things that will make or break a fight between this character. Surprised.
Well,
that we're only
contrast
seeing
to
one.
yesterday, a lot of these teams are not willing to play front to back. So Maya's definitely good in those situations, right? So that's probably why we're seeing her a lot more today. Ing9 is going to use the exclusive to dodge the Reign of the Vampire Queen. Great timing. But, oh, all of Gyeonggi's here for this. Intimidation attack coming out. And Cadmus just barely going down as well as Jinho. Meanwhile, in the top side of stream, Sebi on the back side, but Peng is going to be okay with this. And CMB pushing forward to Tsunome. Tsunome forced to use the blink. And Cartel wants more. They're hungry. I mean, they're down points here. They're, I believe, in 5th place, so they definitely are hungry to try and make it into the top 4.
Yeah,
beautiful pull-in. But it's not enough, and this carpet's pretty much going to spell the end of this engagement, yeah.
Yeah, and this is a good thing for Team QC, right? Because Sebi is still pre-weapon level 5, so he actually doesn't have resets going through for this guy. He needs to try getting this before Team QC is able to comfortably fight this, but they're already losing out on the Bears, which is a massive source of weapon mastery for Empion at the start of night number 1. And they're going to just have to back away. Hope to God that there are some farm that are resetting inside of Pawn at the moment, but Jinho is just...
Jinho with the damage, he's just pushing forward. Is the pole going to hit? No. Dasu's still looking, but he's going to get stunned. Double stun hitting.
So resets. Tazu, play with us, resetting over and over. There's another one. There's the blink coming
Ooh,
in from Jinho, and
blinking
actually...
forward, and he's... Oh my god, that damage was insane.
The life and death seal damage at level 1 is so good.
Yeah, I was not expecting him to blink forward and be able to do that at all.
I didn't even realize it was going with that there. Like,
yeah, like I
thought it was
think
the
that was an
Sis that was
option
gonna
there.
play it.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see a Sis pull into you know, a follow-up, not just Jinho doing it alone.
Guy is popping off on the Tsubame. He wants to show us why Jast will... Oh!
Okay,
well,
you win some, you lose some.
Shukai is quite skinny, you know? He just kind of
Oh,
whips
yeah.
it and he just matrix the hell out of that
He's
explosion
known for
shots.
cooking food, not eating food.
Yeah, there you go. He's the one that delivers food, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Okay, everything seems to have calmed down for now. 20 seconds until our first objective rotation happens. Let's see where Cartel wants to go, because they certainly don't want to stay where they are right now. Asher's Pied on the run here. His teammates nowhere to be seen. He's just going to be taken down.
There's a situation where Sebi is just playing more aggressive than Piet. It's really unfortunate,
Yeah.
but this team is just constantly being outdone when it comes to the aggression levels of the side of Team Cartel. So, oh, not Cartel, sorry. The side of Team
Malsa
QC.
is on Peng, and he's just so isolated here. Now he finds his way onto Bungwo. Bungwu
charge.
Bungwo has the meanwhile, on the backside of the fight, this Felix is just all alone, and his teammates were just pushed so far out of the fight from Bob Malsa that he was able to just turn around and create that distance.
Aya gonna get taken down too. Nemri swapping over from the heart straight over into the Aya. Now, she might not have Peacemaker, but she does have Blink Cartridge, and that is still an AoE circle crowd control that Nemri will be able to bring to the table, although very limited on the amount of course, mobility she has in comparison to the heart. But with that assault rifle, maybe Team OUOB is going to be able to still do something in accordance with that Mai that they have at the Mai and the
Bunghwa is getting jumped.
Goodness gracious, Team Saber finding a pick. This is what they need. I don't think... Now, from what we've seen so far, their team fighting capabilities in the lobby like this seems to be a little bit rough. Maybe it's these picks that are going to allow Team Saber to flourish.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how OUOB does this round, because, I mean, they've been pretty consistent this entire series, but without the Heart Peacemaker to set up the combination of Burnt to a Crisp and Eva just lasering from the outside of it, it's going to be interesting how they function without that. I mean, Aya has a lot of self-peel and is a very independent character for, you know, on the ADC role of things on the Assault Rifle. So it should be able to self-function, but I don't think as a two-man operation that Jukai Eva is the strongest thing they could lock in alongside Aya.
Yeah, I'm
It definitely is with Heart, but I feel like I would have rather seen something like maybe 11.
Yeah, no, I
Something-
actually completely
yeah.
agree with that. The biggest
So,
issue
it's-
here for the Shukai is that he's going to be even more isolated, right? Because as I just
Yeah.
mentioned, the Aya has a lot more of a limited mobility in comparison to something like the Heart, which forces the Shukai to actually kind of be by himself up in the front line, especially when you kind of consider the fact that she's probably going to go Judgment, and the Judgment gives you attack range.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, here we go. Satan actually reacting pretty well. He's going to sit inside of the ring of the Vampire Queen, but perfect timing on the Shawl Veil. He's actually going to soak up a lot of that damage. But look at the damage over on towards
Revolute
Team
is just
Saber. Oh,
bringing
Dushiman,
us
he actually
so
picked
much
up one.
damage.
It's a 1-for-1 so far. Is Dushiman going to be able to turn this around is the question. He's actually
I don't
getting
think
the
so.
lead.
There's no real angle for a suture for him here. Yeah, Revolution's actually gonna jump out of this one.
Wait, timer.
they're gonna play the timer game. Yeah, they're gonna prioritize this, and I think it's definitely smart. I mean, they know they probably have the exact same timer, so it should just be a free battle zone. Yeah.
Yep, it's over.
Pop goes the douchey man.
It's quite unfortunate, but this is exactly what I'm talking about from earlier, where you kind of need to do a lot more with the Kathy rotation, especially if you want some value.
What?
Oh!
What was that? Oh, Cadmus picks up the kill one. That was just awkward looking.
Yep.
I don't know, Magnani's been looking interesting this series so far. He's had a couple plays that things just look a little awkward in a lot of these situations for him.
On CMV, getting a little bit caught out here, trying to get a couple of the Spear Reaving stacks with the Tempest Hydrate. We'll actually be able to get on out of there. Good Shadow Stab in order to push away Satan and Dushiman. Patel pretty split apart on this team too. Look at this. The Mai is going to join them now. There goes Bungwa here.
Yeah, but look at their credits.
It's pretty high, 400.
Yeah, they could buy double 4-score here if they so desired.
There's a Cote
or just a ton of small Collins. They could honestly funnel all of their credits into their Adina and have pretty much a full build Adina with all those credits if they wanted to play it that way.
I see it. I just saw a Cote being built up. I just saw another 4-score, which means there's the Aoyai built up for this Felix. And I'm actually wondering, I completely forgot to check this. Is NCMB sitting on crit right now with Obsidian Shard, or is he... not... Obsidian Shard?
Obsidian Shard? What the heck is that?
My Diamond Shard.
Is that a Minecraft item?
Bro, I'm losing it right now too. I think it's Obsidian Shard.
I have no idea.
Where did that even come from?
I don't know.
Wow, okay, well, let's just kind of move past that one as we have 4 teams sitting right around this purple box. These teams are kind of starting to figure out that that's the case, but Sevi, playing as aggressive as always, will be able to just move along with this.
And that was a small little thing there, but Shinonone jumped in front of the Sicila pole to allow his team to continue opening the box. Meanwhile, in school...
Playing aggressive off of picking up a box.
Yeah, Sebi is just full health, and here comes Asher with the third party. Yes, everybody's just gonna kind of disperse here. Shinonome wants to kill Satin, but it's just too tanky, and they don't have enough time with Asher closing in on them. They have to back out.
Not that bad. I wonder what Team Chusi was able to pick up from inside the box. Is it gonna be more value? No, it was just a meteorite. So in the end, it's gonna be about a 50 credit cutoff, right? Trade-off for Team Chusi.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad. I mean, the meteorite can be utilized by this team. Actually, can it? I just realized.
Yes, it can be used for blade boots on Jenny.
True. We did see that a couple games ago during the group stages, so I guess there is some intrinsic value to that, but it's still at minus 50 credits. Could be worse. Piet actually walking in towards the finger point. Quite surprised about that.
It's pointed at. Bob Malsa sees these backliners isolated now, and they're just going to try and push forward onto them. And there's the point, the blink point at that. And Bob also blinking in as well, but this ring trap peeling both of them off, but it's just not going to be enough. Camillo just too mobile to get back into the fight.
I never knew that interaction was a thing. You can pop Spark Nade with the ballistic advantage?
Yes. It's a very rare thing to see because you typically, you know, when you're in range to Spark Nade someone, you don't want to just sit on the ground and use ballistic advantage.
Did you actually know
in that
was a
situation?
thing,
Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
any form of damage. Any form of damage, yeah. It works just like, there's another thing it works like. It works like cufflinks, funny enough.
What the heck?
That's why I knew that. Any form of damage.
Oh, true! Yeah, with the dual sword rampage, dude, you get so wrecked with that.
Yeah,
And a
Yeah,
lot of
it's Sparking works the exact same way. It's very. Oh my god! Douchey Man is on Uwu, and he's gonna go down. Yeah, and Nemery is just forced to run away here, and that's one of those situations where Peacemaker would have been perfect.
Yeah, that's actually so true. It's really unfortunate that the heart was banned out in this specific situation because Dushiman actually missed so many skills. It's just the fact that he was able to stick onto that allowed him to actually get the kill. That's not how slow the TTK on Kathy should be this late into the game,
Oh yeah,
especially up against
it should have been instant. It should have been a dead Eva instantly, but yeah, it was definitely one of those situations where they weren't able to have enough snappy reactable CC to respond to it. Magnani finding an angle on NCMB, forcing the blink out of him. The exclusive forced to be burned to get him out of that tight situation. And now Revolu looking to just kind of zone them off and get them away.
I don't know why NCMB walked back in. It's gonna force out the Blink, as you said. Exclusive is also gonna be forced out from the Felix, from the Mai as well. Quite unfortunate of a situation that a lot of our teams are having right now, but another fire inside of Fire Station. OUOD trying to duke it out up against Team
Shinonome is doing so much damage, man.
Dead, Airline is dead, Umu's the last one alive on his team. They have the credits to res, but it's gonna take up quite a lot. Another fight inside of Factory that's just gonna be slightly disengaged by these two members. Again, Digin Cybers and Team Cartel saying, not just yet.
For OUOB, it feels like Umu has no setup to play off of.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you can't find a good footing to actually sit down and do some solid damage to any of these teams.
Thing is, Blank Cartridge isn't even instant, right? You do have to
Yeah,
wait to
no,
channel
you can't
information.
reactivate it. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good time when you could just use it instantly.
I hate dealing with that though as a melee character. It's so
Oh yeah. Crazy annoying.
Spark thing
But
just barely missing. Here we go. Energy Blast Field.
Bob Malsa. Bob Malsa is just forging onward, and he gets taken down finally. But is it too little, too late, or is Umu going to be able to find the damage here? He is, and that's such a good place for them to fight a tight corridor where they're just forced to walk into an Eva laser as all three.
And Nemery just sat still and right click. He literally just sat still.
He literally just, yeah. He did the thing that we all know ARI for.
Theo is trying his best to kite out so
Oh my
many
god,
things.
Cadmus!
Here we go.
Isolates Jumo, brings him away from his team so he can't provide any healing to them, but... Huh?
What happened to Mangnani? Did he not
Mangnani just died instantly.
What is going on? He didn't even stasis proc, and that's gonna allow the team Chusei to just pick up kills across the board. Saber in a little bit of trouble as Dina on the backside. Pumba trying to turn this around too, but Dushiman is trying to look for a kill onto his former teammate. But down goes the Adina on the side of Team Saber. They need to find something now if they want to go for something. But Pumba with the heals on this Adina. The stars are too much for this character. Dushiman is going to get the suture. Oh, he's going to be able to get away. Oh, yes, he
gets
is.
out because of that suture. Oh my god.
But that's still a minus 250.
Yeah, and at this stage of the game, I mean, they don't have much credits to spare, and they need as much transition power as they can get. These other teams are already looking so powerful.
How do you cope with this as Team Saber? They're just constantly falling further and
now
further
they're
behind.
split. They're split, and Saten's caught in the middle. He's just gonna get picked off. No, he's not. He's gonna make it out.
It's not Shinonome that was chasing it. It was Sevi, right? He's making a little bit more of a smaller decision here to not chase that Mai all the way till the end of the earth. That's good.
Saten, he's still in a bad situation. He's doesn't really have anywhere he can go other than maybe to try and run north to police station. That's probably his best bet. Actually, no, they got their team up. He just needs to regroup.
Yep. See, Youngie and 8 slowly but surely starting to move in towards the
that is a
police
full
station
build
there as
Sisla.
well. Yes, there is indeed. Indy is still not here in the chat to actually get witness of this, so what point is it even if the Sicilla is doing good in this game? Otherwise, while that was happening, Juiceit, of course, picking up the wick line for themselves is going to be the complete flip side as Asher picked it up in game number 2. Now Team Juiceit saying, hey, we're going to one-up you this time around. We're going to be the ones to pick up that objective. Sitting on 4 kills at the moment, and it seems like a fight is starting out between Team
big fight in
Cybers
Forest.
and Team Asher. Blink out away from Revolu up against that Spring Trap. But that's a big investment coming in from Tejan Cybers. Revolu gonna have to use the grappling maneuver out, but Piet, he is moving, he is schmoving right now. He wants these kills, he desperately wants it. Does end up using the dash, doesn't have the overflow reset, and the Spring Trap is going to miss too. So Revolu should be out. Pretty tough, as you mentioned yesterday, to chase into a Carla while she's running away.
Oh yeah, I mean, as soon as those harpoons get laid down, you have to walk around them. You're forced to walk around them. Every time you're forced to walk around one of them, that's more and more distance you can create away from you.
Because you also have to remember that grappling maneuver also gets some cooldown resets if you do end up landing with the salvages. So, little things over there. Shinonome this time around is going to be the one to play aggressive. What the heck is this? Shinonome. He's still playing it out though. Play that actually first popped over on the side of Noguri from the looks of it. Shinonome on the complete flip side. He is so safe right now. Noguri gets taken down.
Is just in there.
Look at their
wreaking havoc.
timers. Piet's trying
And
to
they don't
get
have any
away.
timer.
Oh, Jumo's gonna pop, unfortunately, due to timer. Springtrap's gonna lock him in. Pop goes to Weasel. Piet just barely gets out with his life. 200 health to his name, but that's it. That's the game for Team Asher.
And yeah, Shinonome just completely manned up and just sent it. Like he said, I have red carpet ready. I have my ult ready. Let's do it. Just I can't believe he did that. And Jenny's one of the few carries that can do that because they have the safety of play dead, the knowledge that, hey, if this goes wrong and I do get brought down, at least I'm going to get revived and I have a Lenny to heal me up as well.
Yeah, we give a lot of flack over onto Shinonome for chasing a lot of things, but it's also exactly that kind of trait of Shinonome that allows him to actually do those kind of plays. So really cool there. Yushiman's going to get taken down as his Mai was taken down earlier, which means Dina, unfortunately, sitting inside of the corner in Fire Station.
Having a good time.
That corner usually never gets checked, especially during nighttime. So if Dina is able to just kind of sit in there for a while, I don't think he's going to be in danger. But there are a lot of teams hanging around this area.
He's surrounded. He needs to put his hands up.
Oh, look at that recon drone.
Yeah, they didn't check deep into the corner.
It's nighttime as well.
Yeah, you're completely right. Yeah, he should be okay.
This is going to be pretty interesting
Cartel,
to see how he deals with this.
Cartel's getting their final call-ins off. I mean, Peng's starting to get some items on, so that must mean Boom was full, and NCMB I just saw was very close to full, so... Yeah, these teams are coming fully online. Piet's gonna get spotted up by Sebi here. And I don't think he's gonna get out here. He's gonna be running right into the into the loving embrace of Cartel, and he's just stuck in the middle. People are just taking paw shots at him, trying to last him, and
Xenophine
ends up Xenophine actually getting the kill, interestingly enough, of all the people there.
From what?
You know?
Oh, that's an awkward fight.
Oh
No,
my
Bumba gets
God,
taken down.
what?
Expulsion shot pushes him straight into the wall. Perfect angle on that NCMB. This fight is over. He can't salvage this. He's trying to.
That was over before it even began. As soon as that expulsion shot into the Reign of the Vampire Queen connected, it was just over. Like, instantly. And that's the kind of power you want to see from this team. We haven't been seeing this team really pop off until now. Daejeon Cyber's really coming into their own in this third lobby.
That's unfortunate. Dina's gonna get found out, and of all things, it's the vision plant that is gonna catch him out. Down goes Dina. And unfortunately, for some of these teams, I mean, they play 20 minutes to fall down to that. I mean,
yeah, right.
What do you really say
we
for
played
Team
20 minutes
Cartel?
for this.
Yeah, that's brutal. It really is, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, which means we are down to 4 teams. No rats remain this time around. And it's even... Oh, no, it's actually not a 2-2 split between these temp zones.
Is very split up and caught in the middle here. Yeah, they recognize this and respect it. They're going to wrap around, but Youngie going to spot that out. They're not going to let them put themselves into a pincer. They're going to kind of play adjacent to Daejeon Cybers and not let themselves get caught in the middle.
It's a little bit awkward now for Gyeonggi and A, because now they see that OUOB is sitting inside this area. All this only benefits the side of Team Chuseed, as they're going to be able to kind of recalibrate themselves. While on the other hand, this battle zone is going to turn into an all-out war zone in a few seconds here. OUOB.
Yeah, this is just going to get silly.
They got to go
It's going to be a timer game.
Yep.
And Daejeon Cybers is controlling the center. So, who is the lowest timer? I believe it's Gyeonggi with the lowest by 1 second from Daejeon.
Yep, Airline right now is just griefing timer on everybody. He has the most out of everybody here, and it doesn't matter if everybody else pops. As long as Airline stays alive, his teammates come back. Guys, you guys have to go back in. Airline, he just needs to live. He just needs to live. Let's see what ends up happening. He's gonna get taken down. Down he goes.
It's
timer
gonna be
advantage.
a fiesta.
Oh my God! Everybody pops.
And that's just the nature of these these three-man zones. Is if one of the teams commits on the other one, the third one just gets to clean up. And all of these guys know that too. It's so unfortunate, but it's just the nature of the game at that point.
It's quite brutal. Jinho, last one alive on the side of Team Gyeonggi and A. 10 seconds to his timer as well. He already used the life and death seal. Down he goes. There will be no sus win today. As soon as Windy steps into the chat, sus team dies. I wonder what on earth is going on over here.
Curse of Windy. he's bringing bad wins.
Quite frankly, the moment he steps
where's
into
Resolute going? Where's he going?
Where the heck is that?
According to his teammate? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's going to his teammate to do a little final call, and I'd imagine he's got 250 credits. Maybe a little tech skill upgrade or a final upgrade for one of his teammates. I believe Cadmus was only, yeah, he's only on 2 items, so maybe he's gonna get something for his teammate here.
Meteorites are being called by both of these characters. There's the Blood Half Moon. We didn't see that earlier. It should be the Racing Boots, I believe, just built up by this Carla. Should be able to supplement their attack speed just a little bit longer, and we do know that her Harpoons can crit a little bit. Let's see if this is going to be enough for this team.
I think Daejong has a good chance of taking down this composition.
Oh, yeah.
I'd really like to see Cadmus use his ultimate to try and get Sebi off of his backline and onto his own team's backline. Or, yeah, just like that. Use it to peel. Get him off of Magnani, so Magnani has good setup here. And then Vampire Queen coming out.
Oh,
Sebi getting
is dead.
expulsion shotted, and he's down. And yeah, exactly as I said, the intimidation tactic's so valuable against something so hypermobile. It's just point and click CC. But Shinonome doing so much damage. They have to play this slow. Magnani finding some damage. Revolut goes down.
No!
And Cadmus,
no, this can't be happening.
And he missed
What the heck?
Oh no! And Xenophine with just enough healing and shielding to keep Shinonome alive there. Cadmus forced to take out Sebi's corpse. He's all alone at 2v1, and I don't think he's able to do this. He just doesn't have enough items here. With only the Myth Armor and Dwarf Helmet on him, he's just not going to be able to do enough damage here to take him down. And yeah, Chuseat takes game 3.
Team Chuseat, Shinonome, as well as Xenophine, even with Sebi falling down, the Spring Trap to cancel out the circulation, the Sanctuary, literally everything that the Bianca wants to do, and then Shinonome following up with the damage. Jenny late game is too good. We talked about this yesterday. The Vigor stacks up, she goes pew pew, and then your health bar just disappears.
Yeah.
GG called out to Team Chuseat. Well played.
And the parts that's tough is like they have to deal with Sebi. And the intimidation tactics was good. It definitely pulled Sebi away from the targets he wants to get on, and he wasn't left with any ways to use his dash to reset to get back on them. But they invested so much into killing Sebi. They used the intimidation tactics. They used Reign of the Vampire Queen. They used the expulsion shot. There was nothing really left to be respected for Shinonome, and he just activated Red Dress and just shot people down.
See, in my opinion, it wasn't even that. They had a really good fight, and yes, they did invest a lot into killing Sebi, but there was no reason to force it. There was no reason to force it, and I don't know why the Carla walked up so far into it to try to kill who.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Once you've downed one person, you can just back off.
Just reset.
And so long as you stay in range enough to make it so they can't get their teammate back up, you're in an advantageous position. So, I mean, they set themselves up for a win there, but yeah, you're definitely right with Revolut stepping up and just greeting out to try and close the fight out and just taking so much damage. Didn't respect Shinonome's damage enough there at the end.
I honestly
And
thought
he did
it
get
was
the
Darko.
dead pop, but
I
yeah,
thought it was the
Darko did E in out of the bush as well, right?
I thought it was the
And it-
Darko walking in instead of Revolut, and I was like, okay, well, I can see it, but then I saw the little red gauge of the deckhand's draw auto attack. Like, wait a second, that's the Carla. Why is she so far walked up instead? Her health gets chunked down to what, 10%? And there was a trailing auto attack from Shinonome that was also carrying photon cannon that killed her when she blinked away, and then from there immediately the Bianca has to react, tries to circulation in, but of course it's a Bianca, she can't sustain the damage, so she goes into Sanctuary, but then immediately Xenophine procs the Spring Trap, cancels it out, and her health bar also disintegrates too, because now she doesn't have any damage mitigation.
Yeah.
I just went
Yeah, I mean,
bad
when the circulation's down, you don't have any more healing, and when the Sanctuary is down, you don't have any more durability feats, so yeah, it just drops.
Really, just
and Reign
one
of the
is
Vampire
worse
Queen
than
already
good.
invested. Yeah, so I mean, it looked good at the start. It really did. I really, and I feel like that composition is definitely able to deal with them. But I believe they were also behind in some itemization at the end as well. So I guess the strongest team won.
This is one of those cases where in VC you probably hear everybody play slow, play slow, play slow, but then you have that one person who decides, hey, maybe I can be a hero. Maybe I
happened
can
to me
be
yesterday.
a hero.
That happened to me yesterday in ERM. I won't talk about it right now as we're gonna have the scores coming up. Chuseat bringing up 19 points, but Daejong Cyber's actually getting 17 points that game. 12 field kills, definitely a solid performance.
Just
And
gonna be that
Yummy as
first
well.
place. difference.
And yeah, and like I said earlier, Gyeonggi was in 5th. They definitely wanted points, and they're still in 5th. OUOB, it's only a 6-point difference between the two teams, so things can still switch up a lot with 3 more games to go.
Exactly. Do not expect this kind of scoreboard to stay as consistent as it is right now. Legend Cybers
wow.
playing pretty consistent. Same thing
Yeah,
for
they're
Team
getting a
Two
lot of
Seeds.
kills.
Yeah, same thing for Team
did-
Asher. OUB, I don't know if I could really call it consistent, but these guys are doing something.
Yeah, I
rest of
mean,
the teams.
it looked hard without the Heart last game, honestly. It looks like they haven't rehearsed a situation where Heart gets banned. They looked very unfamiliar with that.
It's kind of awkward because I could have sworn they actually had answers to the Heart being banned. We saw it during the season finals, but was not able to deal with it here today, unfortunately. They will slowly but surely take the fall. Hopefully, they will be able to pick it back up with the Heart coming back in game number 4. And I guess at this point for Team OUOB, they just kind of have to pray that NCMB doesn't pick the Heart and it doesn't get banned out this time, since Tazu's going to be playing that again.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to go right back to it.
Should doing that, even with the My ban coming in game number 4, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he should still be going back to Heart. I believe we're just going to see a Heart ban every other game at this point. I'm pretty sure.
Interchange the My and the Heart bans back and forth. But because of that, I think teams are being a little bit more relieved that they don't have to deal with the My and the Heart composition. We've seen how strong that can be, especially yesterday, considering she was banned out. Ooh, man, a lot during Group A.
Oh yeah, definitely a popular pick. I mean, Peacemaker it's just one of the strongest tools in the game, period. Honestly, it's the longest CC tool in the game by far, and it just holds so much power if it's used correctly.
Yep, and then the Mai is just there for even added benefits with the exclusive. We saw the combination yesterday where Mai pulled a Heart that was already ulting at the moment to reposition the ultimates, and that actually did support the fight. I believe it was Team OUOB that ended up doing something of the sort when they hopped over to the Mai at one point. It might have been something else. I can't remember which team it was, but there was a situation where a Mai pulled a Heart that was ulting, and it actually did end up resulting in them winning the fight due to it. But across the board, right now, not going to be possible, as the Mai is going to be banned, of course, in this game that we just saw. Heart was banned in the game that we just saw. Mai will be banned in the game upcoming.
Yes.
We're not going to see that combo for game number 4, at least.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if we continue seeing the Theodore Alonso combination, because I feel like Rox hasn't been able to find their game pace yet. Bob Malsa he's very independent in this comp, right? He doesn't really add anything to the Theodore Alonso combination, but he as it's, as a what's the word I'm looking for? I'll just say a self-serving character, I guess.
Yeah.
Selfish. Camilla's a very selfish character, so you definitely want something like Theodore Alonso, a little 2-piece combo that he can just work independently in with.
Something that I have noticed with that team as well is that Bob Malsa tends to kind of outpace the Energy Blast field.
Yeah.
And by the time it's already sent out to the maximum range, he's already out of it by the other side.
He's already in there.
Yeah, he's
he
completely
doesn't need help getting in there.
Looking for double outcome pot stacks, looking for the knockback. He doesn't even get the benefits of the movement speed to chase people down. He doesn't need it.
And we see the Heart ban coming back again for this lobby. Yeah, Heart is gonna get shot down again for game number 5.
My Heart game again. We'll see if Mike gets banned out for game number 5 as well, right? Because that's one of those things that we have to see whether or not it just gets kind of interchanged once again. Because these teams not being able to play their bread and butter, and also on top of it, Nemery not being able to play with it with the Ava, this might effectively be one of the last games we do see that composition coming through. And maybe, in game number 6, it might not be that bad, but they need to have a performance here in order to kind of be able to have a chance to even tank game number 5. Otherwise, they're going to be pressured to do a lot more than they're used to in game number 6.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want that pressure coming into the final game. They're in the safe spot right now, but with 3 games still to go, any of those teams in the bottom 4 could easily rise up.
See if these teams are able to rise up as game number 4 underway. Of course, again, Mai was banned this time around, which means the triple Heart's coming in. Heart's going to be banned in the upcoming game as NCMB decided to say, hey, I kind of want to play this character too. Felix, pretty good, but Heart also really, really good, and that's the character I'm much more familiar with playing in this competitive series.
And goodbye, Dusty.
Oh, there's the blink coming in. NCMB saying, hey.
And the only advantage he has is purple weapon over blue. Everything else was identical, I'm pretty sure. Youngie just gonna get ran down by Dina here. Oh, Moon Dorito not finding its mark. Good blink investment from Youngie, but it is level 1 blink, so long cooldown.
It's also the Alonzo blink. Most people in NA have seen the clip.
Yeah. It's interesting because you're starting to see a lot more of these frontliners that were initially taking. Oh my god.
Down he goes.
Down he goes.
Anyways,
you're starting to... What the hell?
Wait, I just saw that too. Yeah, the Estelle decided to hop in there. Wait, there she goes too. But I don't think that was the right decision there from Peng.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Continue your point, maybe.
Anyways, yeah, you're starting to see a lot more of these frontliners that were going protocol, that were going force field, starting to take blink.
I don't think you're going to be able to continue that as RCMB.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to finish this thought ever. It's just non-stop action. NCMB goes down now, and just Daejong Cyber's already at 5 kills, and they're the first place team coming into this, creating more and more of a lead for themselves.
Cartel, they're down 4 deaths.
Yeah, good heavens, they are in poverty.
Alright, now you may continue your thought.
Yeah, so tanks, they're starting to run blink over other tack skills because they're finding it hard to find proper engage ranges without it. And a lot of these tanks, like Lennox, like Alonzo, they don't have any mobility to use, so they need this blink so that way they can get in or out of fights. You know, if you misposition once on these tanks with a blink, it's pretty much over.
And it's really unfortunate, I think, for a lot of these tanks as well, as Nemarine will maybe get taken down. There's knockup, there's the intimidation tactic.
Oh my god.
Flip straight into wards, suplex straight into the end pop of the Reign of the Vampire Queen. But yeah, kind of goes back to
escape.
My point as well. The blink is much more intended for the initiation purposes, right? It's a lot more of a force thing. You're not really using it as a Lennox or an Alonzo to escape out of the fight. You're still screwed if you're the last one alive.
Oh yeah, if you're the last one alive at that point, your blink's probably already down because you've invested it in the fight.
Oh yeah.
It's more of at the start of a fight, if you're like horribly mispositioned, it can be a saving grace as well. But yeah, they're definitely trying to use it aggressive. We've seen Lennox blink in, go for a blink E into pull combo. We've seen Alonzo, even just last game, we saw him blink forward into point. Even though it was a melee range point, he knows his enemies are just going to use mobility away, and he needs to be in melee range to get a proper point off.
Exactly. We'll see if that's going to be a factor, right? These Alonzo's still in the game, both of them running blink at the moment. I believe that is still a level 1 blink on the side of Hyungi. He is not investing the upgrade into it, because quite frankly, at this stage, it doesn't matter until it comes back up. On the side of Team Asher, though, Piet getting locked down, taken down to about half HP at the moment. He is still sustaining back up. Bob Malsa, on the other hand, getting taken dangerously low. Jumo looking for an angle back in. Bob Malsa doing the exact same thing. Energy Cannon is going to go down, but doesn't really find any targets with the Spark name, which means these two teams just slowly going to back away from each other, and as Jumo revives and heals up the rest of his team, these two teams are not going to look for a continuation of that duel.
Yeah, and I mean, both of those teams are able to sustain themselves back up so easily between Theodore and Lenny. Meanwhile, in Hotel, Dina trying to zone them off while Satin grabs the tree. This makes sense because these two characters, Alonzo and Dina, are definitely the more threatening characters that can make you respect their ranges. So yeah, they get the tree.
Are better.
Yeah. And Peng, Cartel is just in shambles, man. Leave these guys alone. Actually, no. It's actually 2v3 at the start. I didn't even realize. And NCMB just gets bursted down at the start of the fight. Peacemaker forced to be used. Anchor coming down, but it's not going to do anything. Peng in the front, pushing forward. Another Peacemaker.
Wait!
What?
The Moon Dorito landed. Oh my god, it was predicted.
Are we kidding? That is insanity. NCMB. Okay. Okay, now in Forest, we're jumping right into another fight. Dina on the backside getting pointed at. And Junky's gonna go down here.
Almost
Yeah.
a little too squishy at this early stage in the game. He doesn't have his core. I don't even know if he's running tank items. I've seen him run things like Titan armor as well as the Dwarf helmet, but right now he absolutely does not have any of those transitions, even if he wants them. This guy gets bursted a little bit too quick, and I know a lot of Camilo players always kind of continue complaining about the Duende, and yeah, it's for rightful reasons. The damage reduction on that thing has been scaled down way much more compared to when he actually first got released. On the other side, Sebi will actually be able to get the reset. Grappling maneuver not going to be there for Jinho. Sebi looking for envenomization. Does he get out? Delay. Does he have the white lily? Oh my!
Open one attack!
Sebi! He's going to be able to get out alive with the healing coming in from that envenomization on the Black Mamba King. On the flip side, Umu trying to knock over the Magnani Bianca.
He just drops.
This guy is just not having it today.
The trademark combo, burnt to a crisp within the Peacemaker. Namuri looking to finish off Revolut. Is his dashes going to come back up? No, they are not. Revolut's going to make it out. Bob Malsa kind of looking.
Sapphire Protocol's on cooldown.
Douchey Man pushing forward, finds this point target onto Bob Malsa. Youngie struggling to get in. Oh my god, what is happening? Magnetic fields are pulling and pushing. And did Dina just walk back there and kill them?
I think it was Satan. Satan?
It was
Satan.
Satan?
Yeah, he managed to get a double flash stun. That's so
Man,
big.
Spear Fiora is just so electric. Speaking of electric, the Peacemaker coming out from NCMB, he's just kind of in the middle here and just gonna actually forces it to play dead and makes it out. I stand corrected.
I don't know why.
It was
for some
on the
reason,
run though.
Pung
Yeah,
was Pink and the Bear.
Aw. So, Asher going to be happy about the outcome of that. They're going to clean up all these hunts here. I believe they got the alpha as well.
They did. Pang picked up the mithril, but then he died because he was tanking the bear.
Did he drop it at least?
No, absolutely not. He died with it in his inventory.
Oh no.
Which means it goes straight into the hands of whichever team is up on the north side there inside of Valley. So good stuff for them. Should be able to craft something with that mithril, as it is a Jenny or a Lenny, right? You got racing helmet options. You got even more options on your arm pieces if you really chose to do so. And it should allow Team Asher to grab a couple of nice transitions as we start heading in towards our middle stages of the game. About 45 seconds left to go until we hit day number 3. Can see some of the small faults happening on the side of Team Seongnam Rocks. Just the turnout kill doesn't seem to be enough for Bob Malsa to keep himself alive inside these fights, but the fight will begin regardless. Chusi, Sevi sitting up in the front line. Force field is going to take up a lot of damage. This is a really delayed Team Rocks. This is looking bad. Knock up over towards Seongnam. He's trying to keep himself alive with the Sapphire Protocol, but of course in the hands of Team Chusi, not even going to be able to find that chance.
And Seppi just pushing forward, probably about a full screen away from his team, 1v3ing. They have to deal with him because there's nothing else they can even hit at that point. But sitting on top of the healing plant with the healing coming through from Lenny, he was full health the whole fight.
It's actually so bad, I think, for the Theo as well this late into the game, because Overcharge is really good, but a big part of Overcharge is that it gives you the bonus attack speed. Guess what Sebi already has? He has the Guardian Suit. Vanguard cuts that into smithereens.
Yeah. It's, what, 30% I think it is when it activates? So yeah, and it definitely activated at that fight, because I definitely saw him drop down to about half health, and then he went back to full.
There's no damage coming from rocks.
Yeah, like yeah, it was actually insane.
Quite brutal. This team just continues to fall further and further behind. Hopefully they're able to get some transitions going, because they have about 200 credits sitting around this area. Maybe a Tree of Life call for the Titan armor. Magnani. Again and again
Douchey Man
and
just
again.
hitting in the Vein, and the Vampire Queen finds the magnetic field to pull Revolut in as well. He's forced to jump out. And yeah, Magnani's just gonna fall. And yeah, I really like this composition from Saber. I think this is the composition that Saber's played that I like the most out of any comp they've played this whole tournament thus far. Adina, what is his name? Alonso. Adina Alonso is very similar to Theodore Alonso, and Fiora, as we've seen so far in this tournament, is a very powerful pick with just such high damage output.
you need to prioritize something like this, right? In comparison to the Kathy, where it's a little bit more of a, hey, it's a one-shot thing, we gotta try to get the damage in, it's not gonna work like this. Here we go, though, the fight begins, a Sebi sitting up in the front lines, Umu looking for an angle in, but he doesn't find the angle, uh-oh. Piet has access over on towards Umu this time around. He's about to go into downtime. Oh, he just overflows, resets it again. Gets a little bit more. Jumo's down on the ground already, though. Noguri completely isolated away from the fight, which means Piet has to go back. But he already used his weapon skill. He's going to be on Exuviation for such a long time. He needs to walk through literally everything to try to get himself out of this mess. Is he going to be able to get out? Force field activated, but the White Lily gets popped too.
The White Lily gets activated by Murray. And that was such good presence of mind from Murray to know that the White Lily is his only way out, really, and just robs it from him.
That's gotta suck for Team Asher. Only one kill. They were looking to secure their spot up at the top of the leaderboards. Not gonna be able to do that anymore. A9 getting caught out in the early stages of the fight. He will actually get taken down. But the damage from the side of Gyeonggi, yeah, innate, a little bit too much. Dina trying to recover from this. The Moon Dorito going down. Dushimen's already taken care of. Ing9 will get rezzed, and the purple box goes into the hands of Team Gyeonggi in it.
And that's huge for Gyeonggi. They're definitely hungry for kills here. Only with 2 kills coming in right now. They need as much as they can get. And speaking of kills, I mean, Saber has 7.
Still ended up losing out.
When did this happen? But yeah, they did lose out there, and they're gonna have to invest some credits to get Dushiman back. But I mean, hey, they gotta be happy with the outcome of this game thus far. I mean, 7 kills is nothing to scoff at.
It's exactly what they need to, and even better off of that as well, they actually managed to find a mithril from the purple box, so it actually neutralized here the amount of credits that was used.
Huh. All's well ends well.
Oh yeah.
Chuseat's been pretty quiet this game. I mean, this Jenny's already at 4 items, looking very strong. We'll see. Oh, okay, we're in hotel.
The fight is going to begin, team.
Sanganam has perfect positioning here. He's completely left unchecked. He's pumping out some damage, but it doesn't seem to get. But is it enough?
I don't think so. Dushiman just trying to deal the damage.
He has full health here, but he has Bob Mulsa on him. He has to deal with this Camilla, and without any mobility, he's gonna have such a hard time. Yeah, he's forced to blink out. Sanganam looking, but not able to hit the pulse grenade.
Oh
my god! Bob Mulsa is at
Oh my god, the healing pipe, Bob Mulsa. No!
They got the res.
Oh, that's why Dushiman decided to walk down. He was trying to res Satan. That's tragic.
I was wondering what happened. Oh my god. Okay, that was fast reaction time on that, honestly. I'm impressed.
I think he canceled an auto attack and also face planted himself into a wall, so he couldn't get the last auto attack over onto Dina.
It was DS Rampage that clipped just barely on the fountain in the center.
You hate to see it. You really hate to see that.
Oh, you know I do.
True.
You know I.
I've casted you face planting with that thing.
Yes, you have.
Fight's gonna begin. Sebi trying to get access to the backline. Kungwa a little bit stuck. Gonna get knocked up by the overall envenomization. But this fight is actually kind of even. Acceptance speech is go completely wide. Peng, the only target that Sebi has at this stage. He's gonna have to back away from this fight. Senefine looking for an angle back in. Not gonna be able to find it. Good retreat from the side of Team Cartel. Doesn't lose a single member.
Yeah, Bungo's positioning there just absolutely immaculate. He just completely kept Senefine and Shinomime at bay.
Stuff coming in for these teams. They're actually still playing a lot better, I think, throughout the course of the night. And of course, as you mentioned earlier, I don't think today is as flashy as yesterday, but slowly but surely these teams are acclimating to this lobby, and we're seeing them micro a lot better in these fights, which is a good thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you compare Game 1 to this, these guys are playing phenomenally right now.
Funny games from yesterday. Today, a bit more about skill.
Here's the point.
I like that decision from Ing9.
Yeah, Ing9, really good decision. Honestly, all into Satin, but doesn't really result in anything. Satin, more or less unchecked. He's going to get his full damage out onto this Nikki. Ing9's about to go down, yeah. But Dina also down. Let's see if Satin will want to turn. No, I believe he's already invested his ultimate.
So really you're making a mistake there.
The point. But the Peacemaker coming out, he's kind of pushing forward here, which I think is interesting. I think Dasu's no, they got the revive off. That's why he keeps pushing forward. And Dushiman is going to go down.
That is absolutely
meanwhile. Meanwhile, Sebi also going down. Also, Wickline's taken down. The Blood just kind of chilling on her right now. Barbosa blinking to the Wickline corpse to loot it. What?
Tejon Cybers has to back away because they were taking too much damage, of course, with the Wickline. Circle of Death, Circle of Poison, as we might say for ourselves, still kind of tagging along most of those members. And that actually allows Balmalsa to be full build now. I saw him build the Dwarf Helmet earlier. Now he has the, what is it, the Scarlet Red Scythe, I think? No, what is it called again? The Dual Sword one?
Phantom Blade.
Phantom Blade, there you go. Good call on that one. Phantom Blade, and he also picked up a Tree of Light, which means his Titan armor is up and online. So the tankiness that we were talking about earlier for Bob Malsa, he absolutely has it now.
Yeah, and Phantom Blade is just... Honestly, it might be the best blood weapon in the game. It provides so much value, especially in the hands of something like Camilla, where he just needs literally every sort of stat he can get for damage. And that armor pen is going to pay so many dividends towards him.
Yeah, it's so good on Camilo as well because he's able to interchange a lot of his combos, and you have to remember that Vuelta does count as an auto attack as well. He can make use of that thing so well in comparison to a lot of other characters, like the Jackie, like the Yuki, where a lot of the skills that they use, yeah, I mean for Yuki, maybe his Q does get a little bit of that bonus coming from the critical strike damage, but don't really get the added advantage of multiplying the damage with the armor penetration, really, because a lot of your damage on that character kind of relies on the true damage too.
Yeah, it's a Yuki connoisseur. I can tell you the value of the Phantom Blade is the fact that it has CDR on it and it lets you swap somebody another slot. That's the real value of Phantom Blade.
There you go.
Oh yeah. But Daejong Cybers looking for a fight here. They want to use this Wickline buff. They definitely want to establish some poke down with it first. Hyungi eating some damage. Magnani looking to find some Qs, but not finding their mark. Cadmus has nothing to do, so he's killing a boar.
He's like, yeah, you guys play that range on your own.
You guys have played your game. I'm ready to use my ult when Hyungi goes in.
The thing is, who can even pop Hyungi's shield here? Magnani, of course, with the Sanguine Javelin can, but it's not really that common that you get to see, double things tagging, and I don't think you want to really invest the, the Expulsion Shot trying to get rid of the shield, since that's such an important utility trying to push Bob Malsa away from Revolu.
The reason why Cadmus would use Intimidation Tactics isn't for trying to peel Hyungi off, it's because he's a big body, so if he's able to use it to get onto Theodore, it's going to do a ton of damage and be his ticket in onto the backline.
Exactly. That's what I'm looking for right now. Even if the max HP damage was nerfed, this is still a late game Lonzo. His base health pool in and of itself is absolutely insane. As long as somebody is able to break the shield, even if it's himself, right? Even if he goes in and tries to get the knockup, and with the AoE knockup he does get rid of the shield, that opens up, that creates an opening for the Darko to maybe try to get the Intimidation Tactic off, get access to the backline, and starting from there, try to run over whatever this team is able to do. But here we go, they might even not get the chance because Sevi is going in first.
Gangnam in trouble, utilizes his passive to find his way behind his teammates to create distance, uses his ult to go backwards as a retreating option. But here comes Daejong Cybers with the third party. They're going to find a kill here. Pocking play dead. Yeah, they're just going to invest the Intimidation Tactics. They don't want any funny business from Shinonome.
That's really unfortunate. It looked so good for Team 2C, but the back away was just better from the side of Team Seongnam Rocks. The angle in which they got third party by Team Cartel was just not that good. Shinonome already investing pretty much everything in this kit, including the acceptance speech. Couldn't get out of the rotation on the other side. Here we go, more fights happening inside of Uptown as Dushiman soaking up a lot of damage with the shields facing up front. Uh-oh, not looking good. There's the Peacemaker canceled out because Pazu's just dead.
Yeah, he canceled by death.
Yeah, can't do anything while you're dead. Sevi gonna be able to dash out of there. Xenophine keeping himself alive as well. Springtrap's on out. Spark Nade is going to miss all over the place, but there is a ton of people here. Xenophine still trying to stay alive. Same thing for Sevi. He's about to go into downtime, but he's trying to keep himself alive as much as possible. Does he even have overflow? They don't even care about Sevi. They're looking for the kills on the team across the board. Sevi gets out. He's still alive. What the heck are these zones? Wait a second. Oh my god.
I don't know what this is. This is new.
Is there anybody inside a chapel?
I don't think so. I think all of our teams are in Uptown right now. This is crazy. I don't even know what's going on. Everybody's just fighting everybody right now.
There goes Jinho.
There
goes Dina.
Down. There's Dina. And yeah, at the end of it all, Songnam Rock's finding a bunch of kills, and I believe Daejong Cyber's got a good amount of kills too.
Kind of advantage on the side of Daejong Cybers for a little bit. Actually, most of the members
Oh,
of
there
our
is a team in
Cartel-
Chapel.
Yeah, it's going to be OUOB. That's one of the reasons why a lot of these teams are in here. Two tight corridors up against the Ava. Not going to be good. Balmosa sitting at 8 seconds. They got to find a kill, and they got to do it now. 2 seconds left on the side of County. He's going to get taken down. There's the intimidation tactic. Pop
Find
the
a kill.
Weasel. All these people, Cartel, still sitting at around 30 seconds.
Daejong Cybers is lower on timer by a significant amount. Let's see if it plays a part. I mean, this is a really long temp zone. They can actually just stall out these timers and wait.
Oh,
yeah,
they gotta go. Raid of the Vampire
Cartel's just
Queen.
gonna
This
wait.
is their last
Raid of the
call.
Vampire Queen comes out.
10 seconds left on
But
the
these
side.
guys have enough
of
timer to
Cartel.
leap back
There's a
into
double
the
knockup.
Oh!
Are they? Oh, pop goes the Weasel. There goes one. Their timers are refreshed, and it's gonna be the Peacemaker to say goodbye. A fitting concerto of death on the side of Team Daejong Cybers as Cartel knocks him down. 12 team kills for this team. Are you kidding me? They've been looking for the points, and it's in game 4 all along.
And they're finding them now, yeah. And OUB, just, you know, once again, collecting a bunch of placement points. Just playing a nice, consistent game. I mean, they're all pretty strong here with transitions. Yeah, you can see the double blood transition over on the heart. Full build on Eva. I mean, this is definitely, you know, despite having a slower paced game, they definitely found their way to a late game setup.
When CMB looking to flank, remember it is forest, right? The zones were a little bit funky because
Oh
all
my
of
God.
them are intersecting each other.
This
Yo,
flank.
if NCMB
This
is able to
flank.
find a flank on this, this could be
Oh,
the
no.
flank of a lifetime. But they just found the camera.
They find him. They spotted him out, yeah. And now they're looking to... What? Wait, he's actually going for this.
Yo, this
Is
Peacemaker,
Estella?
it's about to get canceled.
Gonna cancel
Oh, there it is!
Peacemaker. Oh my God!
There goes Airline. That's a
Airline.
mistake.
What a misplay! Oh my God! I feel like he could have walked out of that. Did he not see the Estella happening?
Ah, maybe it got covered by the Peacemaker because you know the graphics are really weird on this. There's the Peacemaker coming in this time from NCMB. This should be a fitting calling card
just gonna go
again
down, yeah.
on the side of Team
And
OU.
Cartel finding so many points this round. The Dumu's just gonna get finished off here. And yeah, they've had a rough start in these lobbies, but game 4 here, they really found their mark.
All the things that allows you to cancel a Peacemaker on the heart, it is going to be the Helitax stat. GG well played over onto the side of Team Cartel, finally finding themselves a game they can proudly say we are first place. 14 or 15 team kills for that team, a massive game to go into break number 2 with.
Yeah, absolutely a massive game to go into the break with. We'll see how they adjust in game 5 with the heart ban coming up. I feel like Peacemaker was
monumental.
Very, very monumental. Yes, perfect word for it. For how a lot of their fights played out. And what a flank. That was the flank I wish I got yesterday. Oh my God, man, that was insane. I can't believe he wrapped all the way around. They had vision of him too. I feel like they should have just capitalized on something once they had vision of him, maybe push forward into Umu, because I mean they can't really stop it, but how do you approach an Eva?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. It's one of those things where because of the flank, Team OUOB actually had to prioritize multiple different angles, right? Like if it was the Estelle that was flanking, then yeah, your Shukai could just push into the 2 backline damage dealers and say, hey, we just gotta push that and say, okay, we might as well deal the damage while we can and just deal with the Estelle later. But no, it was the other damage dealer that split apart, and it's the high priority one as well, since she has the disruptive Peacemaker if she does end up going in. Looking for the backline triple Peacemaker into Adina, no less. That's going to be kind of dangerous to deal with, especially this late into the game. You had to prioritize multiple different directions. Ava, not really good at doing that.
Yeah, no, not at all. She definitely wants the exact opposite. And it's funny because we saw OUOB take a similar fight in school, and I think the terrain played a big part in how the fight played out.
This time around, there's no containers. This time around, there's no big walls or anything of the sort. It's just a big tree that sits in between everybody, where they were just kind of doing a little bit of a ring around the rosy around that Tree of Life spawn area. Yeah, Adina is not going to care about that. So is Heart. So is the Estelle. And in the end, again, it was the Helitech stack coming through from the Estelle to knock up
Yeah.
and cancel out the Peacemaker, which sets up now for NCMB to do a counter Peacemaker, which was of much, much higher value than the others.
Oh yeah, and he definitely got some damage put on from the knockup as well. I mean, the setup was just crazy. And at that point, like, with the counter Peacemaker, you're in full control. Your Eva's able to step up and just... Or the Eva... What am I talking about? I'm dizzy.
It's okay, it's okay. Take a breather, grab some water, you know, if you're starting to get a little bit of that headache. Sip the water. Do not chug the water. But I do understand where you're coming from as well. A lot of small nuances happening inside of that fight, making it very difficult, I think, for Umu, especially to navigate around it. Because unless there is a buff or a mod or something like that allows Ava's lasers to just like split apart in two and just kind of shoot out in multiple directions, like you can see in Binding of Isaac or something like that. Yeah, that fight was just never really going to go to the fans of Team OUOB. But here we go. Round results coming through for game number 4. Cartel picking up 15 total field kills and getting the first place means they're at 23 points. Saber following right behind with 15. Taejeon Cyber sitting in third place with 12. So yet another game where it is very much top hit weighted heavy. And because of the game that Cartel just had, yeah, they're going to be able to push themselves up into the qualifying section of the leaderboard at the moment. 42 points for themselves, will be sitting in second place, whereas Taejeon Cybers still holding strong in first place. Juicy going to be down in third with 39, OUOB in 38, but Asher now pushed down below the qualifying point, sitting at 34 points. It's still a very, very close series, but games 5 and 6 is going to really, really matter for a lot of these teams now.
Yeah, I mean, even Gyeonggi, they're less than 10 points behind. It's not insurmountable. The only team that's really looking in dire straits here now is Songnam Rocks. And I mean, they didn't do that bad last game. And with 2 games to go, yeah, even they're not out of the running.
Exactly. It's a little bit tough for Songnam Rocks, though, because we do see the small holes in their composition, and it's the fact that this Camillo is really not that tanky. Of course, he does a lot of damage. I talked about him getting the Alcompas Vuelta combo off, and chunking down a Bianca, I believe, from 100% HP to maybe around 60% with just one of those combos. But after that, he has to wait for rotations, and without the items that he needs, like the Titan Armor, like the Dwarf Helmet, he will die. It's a little bit tough.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't... And the tough part about Camillo, too, is, like, if you build too much durability, he doesn't need to be respected, because he's not going to do any damage, and he doesn't have any threatening CC, at least. I mean, you can use the E2 to do a little mini knockup.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really accomplish much, right? There's not much your teammates can do to play off of it. So if you invest too much into durability, you get ignored, more or less. And if you invest too much in damage, you drop too quickly. So it's hard, and you have to invest in him as well.
Exactly.
Because if you don't, he doesn't do anything. Anyways.
In the end, it is Bob Malsa, though. Maybe he'll be able to figure things out. Maybe he'll be able to make a comeback in the next set of games, because if he wants to move on into the finals, he will absolutely have to do so. But guys, that was game number 4. We're going to send ourselves to a break, so grab some water, grab a snack, go take a stretch, because we'll see you guys back here for games 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
전장을 지배하고 있습니다. 새 금지 구역이 지정되었습니다.
맛있어 맛있어. 크럼블을 입혀 크런치하고 크리스피하다. 크크크 치킨. 바삭함의 끝판왕.
맛있는 육식계 치킨. 크크크.
치킨 이름이 왜 이래? 와. 크럼블을 입혀 크런치하고 크리스피하다. 크크크 치킨. 바삭함의 끝판왕.
맛있는 육식계 치킨. 크크크.
치킨 이름이 왜 이래?
성남은 시지 않습니까? 저희는 도니까 당연히 저희죠. 실력도 당연히 저희죠. 성남 락스 팀은 지역 연고 전에도 저희보다 높았던 적이 한 번도 없는 것 같은데요. 그래서 제가 똑같이 말씀드렸어요. 레브로 선수한테 내가 하트했으면 난 이미 1등이었다. 본인이 더 좋은 캐릭터를 했으면서 왜 자의를 탓을 하는지 잘 모르겠어요. 자격지심이 아닐까. 아무래도 저는 시즌2 때 새로 영입이 됐었던 멤버고 원래 다수님이 계셨던 원년 멤버시기 때문에 그래도 팀장이라는 그 프라이드는 다수님이 좀 가지고 있으셨으면 해서 제가 팀장은 다수님이 하셔야 된다. 대신 총대 맬 거 있으면 다 제가 하겠다. 이렇게 해서 팀장은 다수님, 그리고 저는 총대 담당, 그리고 인구님이 서기 담당, 그렇게 나누어져 있습니다. 네, 저희가 아마 계획은 하고 있는데 아마 달에 한 번씩 취합을 해서 한 번에 발주를 넣고 받는 식으로 해서 유니폼 판매를 할 것 같고요. 뭐 디스코드나 SNS 통해서 다양한 이벤트를 할 예정인데 아무래도 제가 강사 경험이 1년 정도 있다 보니까 제가 피드백하면 무조건 튀어 오르거든요. 그래서 이런 피드백 컨텐츠라든지 강의 컨텐츠라든지 저희가 경기게임 문화센터에서 한 달에 한 번 1박 2일로 이제 같이 그 한밤 자고 1박 2일로 연습을 하는 게 있는데 그때 뭐 경기게임 문화센터 저희 팀이 연습을 하는 연습실을 뭐 견학시켜 드린다든지 실제로 오프라인으로 강의를 진행한다든지 이런 다양한 컨텐츠를 생각하고 있고요. 곧 이런 이벤트들을 즐기면서 유니폼도 사실 수 있고 다양한 컨텐츠들이 준비되어 있습니다. 네, 저희 팀이 조금 비호감 팀이라서 조금 걱정되는 게 있는데 그럼에도 불구하고 저희 팀을 응원해 주시는 분이 또 많이 있거든요. 그분들 굉장히 감사하다고 생각하고 있고요. 앞으로 저희 팀 팬 하시면 제가 하나 약속 드릴 수 있는 건 있어요. 저희 팀은 한 번도 못했던 적은 없는 팀이거든요. 항상 꾸준히 상위권 성적을 거뒀던 팀이니까 성적 때문에 화나실 일은 없게 만들어 드리겠습니다. 저희 팀 많이 응원해 주시는 분들 정말 감사드리고 앞으로도 다른 팀 응원하시는 분들도 저희 팀 응원하실 수 있게 제가 마음을 다 돌려보도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
사실 원래 제가 인터뷰 때 딱히 인터뷰 때 떤다기보다는 평소에 친구들이랑 대화할 때도 피곤하면 가끔 말이 안 나오는 경우가 있는데 하필 인터뷰 때 그게 그 장면이 걸려가지고 그런 이미지가 좀 잡힌 것 같습니다. 안녕하세요. 제가 아쉬워서 다음에 이제 결승전 올라가서 1등하고 인터뷰 때 다시 좋은 모습 보여드리도록 하겠습니다. 일단은 프라이드 치킨 툴 좀 좋아하는데 담백한 맛에다가 확실히 이제 거기서 이미지로 자랑하는 바삭한 치킨이라는 키워드가 좀 잘 맞는 느낌이더라고요. 그리고 크크크 치킨이 이제 그런 바삭한 맛이랑 좀 마일드한 프라이드 치킨 맛 괜찮았고, 소스 들어간 이제 프링클이나 그런 거 좋아하시는 분들도 되게 좋아하실 만한 크랑게 치킨 소스가 또 달짝지근한 맛있던 게 또 맛있던 것 같습니다. 일단은 남은 지역 기반으로 저희가 주변에 봤던 팀이나 그런 좀 위치마다 팀의 팀 위치 개수 정도를 유추를 해가지고 어디에 사람이 좀 있겠다 정도는 기본적으로 추측을 하는 편이고, 그 외에도 이제 저희가 하트랑 헤이즈를 쓰기 때문에 들어오는 교전에 좀 유리한 감이 있어서 저희가 먼저 일부러 다른 곳으로 밀어내고 C를 유도하는 경우도 좀 많은데, 일단은 가장 중요한 마음가짐으로는 예전에 망나니 선수가 좀 해줬던 말인데, 이 게임은 힘센 호랑이보다 영리한 늑대가 살아남는 게임이라는 말을 좀 마음에 두고 매번 플레이하는 것 같습니다. 제가 본의치 않게 프로게이머.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from the break. Hopefully you guys had a fantastic one, because I know I had, and I know that Meek had, because we were talking to each other and we felt great. But yes,
bonding moments between our casters.
Heck yeah. See, this is why I sometimes want like these behind the scenes kind of things where we're just recording the entire thing, just your voice and I, so that maybe they get to hear what goes on in the background. But at the same time, I don't want you guys to hear it because it's our special time to be with. But yeah, either way, Wildcards is still ongoing. We got games 5 and 6 coming up, the last couple of games for the wildcard stages. And after the 6th game, guys, 4 teams will move on, 4 teams will drop.
I'm ready for these games. I feel like some of these teams are going to get desperate and some crazy things are going to start happening.
I'm hoping that that's going to be the case because we haven't had our fill of the chaos that we were able to endure yesterday. But at the same time, I want these teams to just kind of go back to their bread and butter, since after yesterday, my mental state needs a little bit of a break.
Yesterday was crazy. I could not believe the things I was seeing from both groups. I thought at least maybe one of the groups would, be normal. Every game was just abnormal.
Yeah, there was no normal yesterday. Today is much more in line with what you would normally see in these kind of tournaments, but we are already seeing a change. What the hell? Seongdam Rocks finally deciding to bring back DDO. They're gonna go back to their bread and butter.
God.
We're seeing the Shukai, the William, and the Bernice. They say, hey, we are struggling right now. We need a change of pace. William online and ready to go. This guy's playing for the long run. He's sitting on the adrenaline.
And that's exactly the desperation I was talking about. Seongdam Rocks, they're in 8th place right now. They need to make something happen. It's, desperate times call for desperate... What was that?
What the heck? NCMB
Charlotte?
Kenneth?
Charlotte?
Charlotte? What? No, okay. But that comp, what the heck is that comp? Are you kidding me? Aya, Eva, and the Charlotte?
No. This is...
What is your goal?
I don't know. At this point, Ubu is just, Gemos is too stubborn to switch off of Eva, man.
He refuses. This composition is, just from looking at it, right, is not going to be enough. There are way too many people who can force fights in this composition, and if you take a look, just from what we've seen so far, I don't think a Charlotte is going to be able to sustain her teammates long enough. When there's Ekions running around, there is an Alonzo who's going to point his finger at you. There is a Maya and a Kenneth who's going to run you down for all eternity and never let an Eva kill her. Kill either one of these two. There's a Darko who's going to intimidation tactic your entire team back when you're already playing far back. What is the game? What's the game plan here?
I have no idea, man.
Somebody in chat
I don't know. This hearts band copium.
Yo, somebody in chat said kitten comp, but who are they kittening for?
I mean, you know, maybe you funnel this Aya and
But
just
even
put all your
then-
eggs in that basket, but at that point, like, what's the Eva doing here?
Yeah, and even then, even if you put the assault rifle Aya with all these items, there's so many frontliners that could interrupt the Aya. There's Mai's, there's Kenneth's, there's Alonso's, shields all across the board that pretty much negates the damage on the side of this Aya. Yeah, you can give her items all you want, you can give her judgment, you can even give her the blood weapon, give her the additional range on that thing. Yeah, for all I care, you can go for all that. But when she's not able to do damage reliably since she doesn't have the front line to rely upon, then what's the point?
Yeah, exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself, honestly.
I'm worried.
We'll have to see if they know something we don't, because I'm not seeing the potential here for this
Yeah.
composition.
It's even worse, by the way, too, because this is a little bit of a hidden factor that's not going to come into play until later, but the fact that Seongnam Rocks brought in DDO, he literally bypasses all needs of a frontline as a Williams, since he can just use Signature Fireball and have access to the backline. He doesn't care
Yeah.
that there's a
And
Charlotte.
Yeah, that's something that people forget about is William. William's one of those carries that want to get in there. They want to just burst somebody down with the fireball into the queue. Like, it just pumps somebody down.
See, both you and I are talking about that team like they're gonna lose. Now they're gonna win. Cast your curse.
Yeah, right? Oh, yeah. We're just like, we're setting them up. We're like, yeah, this comp is awful. These guys aren't going to do anything with this. They must know something we don't. And then they show up and they're like, yeah, we do know something you don't. And just win. The
We're
nod
gonna
win
be
factor.
looking at ourselves saying like, why didn't they pick this early?
Yeah.
But realistically speaking, that should not happen. With a composition like that in an ERM, this is just more of a filler that we were talking about already at the beginning of game number 4, right? The fact that that team comp is something that they kind of picked thanks to the fact that Heart is going to be banned. We did see that the Aya, alongside everything else they were playing, not exactly out to the greatest. Here we go, another fight happening as Tazu trying to get chased down. An auto attack from Shinonome will be enough as the blink gets invested too. A lot of people following inside a police station, but in the end, it's going to be Team Chu-Si picking up 1, and Gyeonggi and 8 picking up 1. Taejeon Cyber sitting on 2.
Yeah.
Jason coming in, Savvy and Overflow. There's DDO blocking the signature fireball. He's got the signature fireballs going. There's the fastballs. It's going to be enough to knock down Savvy.
And the melee range of Bernice, it's gonna make it really hard for these Ekions to want to go in. I mean, when you get stuck next to Bernice and you're not able to instantly take him down, he starts doing so much damage.
Especially late game, when he's actually going to have even more damage to supplement those buckshots. Ekion sitting in melee range against the Bernice is actually counterintuitive.
Yeah, 100%.
So then who do you go for? Do you go for DDO, but he's going to dash all over the place? What are you doing?
Yeah, right? It's it's actually a really good composition for this specific type of lobby.
Just see that there are small issues with it. Intimidation tactic is pretty good up against the William, sitting right
Oh, yeah.
on top of yeah.
That's the beauty of that's William's weakness, dealing with point and click. and it's such a strong thing, and you see it over in multiple MOBAs. I mean, just picking things that are just point and click that can't be outplayed. It's so powerful.
One of the biggest things I think here for Cadmus is going to be to wait out the proc of fastball, right? Just to use intimidation tactic and at least eat about a second or a second and a half during the animation of it to deny most of the DPS coming out from that thing. Because most of us know that William, he kind of needs to have uptime on that fastball in order to actually kill people. When you don't get access to that, well, you're not really doing anything as a William, even with the adrenaline. But a lot of fights starting here. Again, another one inside of Fire Station from the looks of it at the moment. And the Vampire Queen, not bad, but it's a 1-for-1 trade as Magnani will take the fall. He is still seeming to struggle despite Taejeon Cybers across the board. I mean, they're doing good, but Magnani today has been a little bit on the questionable side. Almost seems like a sacrificial lamb, if anything, yeah?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of questionable plays. I mean, even yesterday we saw him mistime his circulation with the Reign of the Vampire Queen as well. It's been an awkward tournament for him. I don't know if it's the teams they're playing into or tournament nerves or what, but things have just been a little awkward for him. He's looked off. He hasn't looked like his usual self.
But he's still in first place, so...
Yeah, hey. Must be doing something right.
The sacrificial lamb part is actually starting to come in clutch at this point because this guy is
Yeah,
actually making things work.
He's forcing people to burn cooldowns on him to try and keep him out of Sanctuary or, you know, keep him in check. So maybe he's just drawing a lot more attention.
Is, and he's going to draw a lot of attention from the side of Team Chuseed. No, actually, that's Team Asher. From the looks of it, as Chuseed and...
Here comes our mirror matchup.
Yes, indeed. Springtrap initially from the side of Juno is going to miss. Nice. Red carpet. This is going to put Sebi on a long, long cooldown. And I don't know if he wants to overflow right now. He actually will go into it yet. On the backside, overflow is good, but Narvik's health bar dropping really low. There goes the play dead, and the auto attacks coming in from Shinonome. Again, Team Asher is just outplayed by the members of Team Chuseed.
And one of the big things that happened, and it felt like a miscommunication, and something that Chuseed executes way better on, is their Lenny and Jenny are always on the same page, always sticking together. But with Asher, they split off from each other, and that was the undoing of that whole fight.
I love that call from you because every single time we see Shinonome going in, a lot of times in the past, a lot of us casters, especially Superior and I, have given flack over onto Shinonome and even Circadia back then as well because he makes some plays that look absolutely psychotic. And yes, we can always fall back on the fact that he does have the play that to rely upon, but he's never had somebody that he has this much synergy with. Xenophine has been playing, if anything, even more psychotic than Shinonome, and just pairs
he's in
up
there.
so well.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's a match made in heaven, honestly. They play so well with each other, and Sebi is always ready to go in. He's always the first one to dive in and start things off.
So who's the real psycho there in that team?
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's just a team full of psychos.
But
it's perfect. It works so well. They're just always on the same page.
Love it, I love it, I love it. This time around, we're going to be able to see Team OUOB. It's going to be
Fireball.
a bit of a miss on the ballistic missile coming
Charlotte will
from the
find a lot of time.
Wait a second.
Hold on, but I think they knew something we didn't shoot. I mean, it was a very ambitious fight to try and shoot for, especially against a team of triple backline that's going to kite you out. But, meanwhile in Alley, Cadmus is alone?
Oh, his teammates died. His teammates died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had timers going. Don't you worry. Ain't trouble.
Okay.
Nice, taking up the front line. Ping. We're gonna take it down. There we go. Kyunggi innate with the Tsubame. Slowly but surely scaling themselves up. It will be the Mithril picked up for them, and from the looks of it, is that gonna be the Mithril crop? Because I saw a needle in their inventory, although...
Could be crop, could be armband as well. If you get a bandage, you can make with armband.
Oh yeah, needle could even be used for some of her weapons because she is a shuriken character, so...
Yeah,
we'll
but she already had the pedal turn online, so...
What's that for then? Oh, GPMVG
Yeah, it might
maybe?
just be myth armband. Yeah, maybe. There's a lot of options. There's a lot of ways it could go. We'll have to see how it pans out.
And see, this is one of the things that I love about Season 4, is that, you know, I do have to admit that I did complain a lot about these additional item skills coming in, because there was so many at the beginning of the season, but the more and more I think about it, the more and more versatility it gives to builds that usually didn't have that much in the past, like these crit builds. It was so straightforward back then. It was what, Fallen Pegasus, Spectre, Radar, or Mithril Armband, and then Alexander Racing Boots. Now you have so many more options on the helmets. You have so many more options with the introduction of Ghillie Suit even on the chest piece as well. It feels so good to play this game right now.
Even, you see, even with the mages too, the introduction of Dragon's Fury, the mage builds have started to kind of separate from each other based on what you're playing. But anyways, in Uptown, Rocks, oh my god, Youngie got taken down really fast. Jinho playing for the corpse, giving his teammates the execution bonus. And Bob Malsa is also just going to get taken down as well. DDO just going to walk out of here. Doesn't want any more. Saw that the fight was going south for them really quickly and got out. Meanwhile, over in Fire Station... I think Chusette's in the advantage here. It's hard to tell. Soul Stealer coming out.
What was that sound? Triple knockup coming through from NCMB. Not that bad. Acceptance speech being forced out from the side of Shinonome. He's still duking it out, and the damage coming through from this Jenny is insane as Peng will take the fall straight through the Shaw Veil. Down goes the Mai. Dina trying to run away from this. There's the pull coming in from Tazu. Will he be able to stay alive? The shield! Oh my god, Dina!
Oh
What?
My god.
Is Kyunggi and they gonna fall to that?
And
There's no
yeah,
way.
they are. Jinho has no. Oh,
There's a blink.
So his blink after all that. I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I didn't understand his game, but he's running right into OUO. He should have seen the ping from the bear.
He can't live that
kill,
though.
so. Yeah, nope. No.
On the bright side, the Star Astral Trine actually did allow him to stay alive long enough to knock down the Cecilia. I mean, they'll take this minus 250 in the hands of a +2 kill off on the hands of Dina. That was an incredible fight up against him.
Yeah, that was pure insanity. I was blown away, honestly.
You and I both thought she was dead to rights, but
yeah, I thought for sure. Like I was like, okay, he's dead. Oh, okay, never mind.
There is no hope.
Jinho looking for the revive, but OUO is right here. They see the pings for the revive. Shuriken still coming out. Jinho's aware of their existence.
Fantastic caltrops.
Yeah.
Again, stash
And
shell
the
from
point,
DDO.
Dushin Man.
Here we go. Signature fireball lands onto Sata, and he's pumping out the damage one after another. But the stun with the flash is good. DDO, he's pumping out the damage, and down goes the
getting so
Alonso.
much damage from over the
Kyunggi.
wall.
Oh my god, wait a second. Oh, and down goes Hyungi as well. But also, oh, he's run. He's running.
Satin is going for this. Satin's dash.
There's no good
coming
animals
up
to reset off of.
soon, but yeah, there's nothing he can go off of. And that was incredible by DDO. He used the signature fireball to go over the wall, baited everyone in towards him, and blinked back over the wall and pumped out so much damage, but it just was not enough.
Satan, man, these Spear Fioras are constantly pumping out these multiple stuns with the flashes. I don't know how they're lining it up. Every single time we've seen this Fiora have a good fight, it's multiple people getting stunned by it. It's insane.
It's a two. We've seen like probably like 5 or 6 two-man stuns from Fioras this tournament thus far. It's insane how they're finding them. Meanwhile, over in Hotel, Ing9 pushing forward, but the Charlotte all offering so much protection, but Ing9 somehow still alive after eating that whole laser. Namuri looking for more. He's not done here. Dashes in. Jinho not able to get the box. Namuri, every force to blink out of the evil laser.
Holy crap, Airline barely surviving, being able to get the Divine Intervention off. Tazu barely surviving.
Wait, what the hell?
Where did that come from? Okay, he stays alive too. Tazu barely, I think he was living on single-digit numbers there, being able to go in the girl in the bubble and to play with us to get a shield for himself. Jinho doing the exact same thing. Everybody living up on just a crutch right now. These fights, man, are getting close. They are getting so close.
Revolu on the flank. Ooh, but nothing comes of it. Doesn't get any damage down. Doesn't really matter. Jumo heals up Narvik for any damage he did. Payad's getting kind of chunked here. Cadmus doing a lot of damage. I mean, the percentage damage from his Q does, you know, it adds up when you get multiple of them on a single target.
Thankfully, at least Piet is pretty tanky. Sebi's the exact same case here, but he's completely isolated away from his team. The Think corridor is going to get completely canceled out. Nice ping pong over on towards NCMB, but now it's a third party coming in. There's Magnani. Raid of the Vampire Queen is good. Lands straight onto Boomba. Down he goes. Sebi's also going to get eliminated, and you can see the members of 2C just running straight towards the console.
Daejong Cybers once again finding another third party, and if you look at the kill counts, they once again just the kill leaders coming into this early game, they always seem to find a lot of kills. Ing9 going in, finds the Quake, everybody's locked down, but the Charlotte all coming out, they're forced to disengage. And Jinho got chunked out so hard.
I think they're cooking. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I think they're cooking. Yeah, I think this is the comp. This is the one. Dio just kind of alone. He is moving. Is he gonna get Satin here?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah, that was. He was kind of looking a little nice though. I'm not. Kind of inspirational. I might be playing some William after this.
This is why we love DDO, man. This guy always pulls off the miracle. I'll give you a little bit of background history on him, but it seems like Team OUO, they're cooking. No, the Aya is down. The Charlotte is down. The Eva runs out of gauge. She's trying to do damage, but it's just not there. And down she goes.
Oh, the girl in the bubble.
No.
Oh, this is the first time they've gone 8th all tournament.
Yep.
Somebody's got to do it, I guess. I mean, you know.
They were cooking for a bit.
I guess we were right for once. The casters were actually correct. Oh my god.
Has been broken. This is the new beginning of my life.
My life.
Shubi's new call.
Being reborn.
Gosh, they need to fire me at this point, man. My contract says I need to caster curse. What's going on?
Oh, I see. It's in the contract.
Part of the
In
job
fine
listing.
print. Well, oh no, he's just gonna get caught out here. Over the wall he goes, but everyone's able to follow up on this. Oh my god, Jinho got annihilated by Bungwa there. Half his health instantly gone from the Dorito Sun. And wait, Satan sees this and he's not gonna let it go.
Jesus
Good sidestep, but it's not enough.
She does so much damage right now. Satan, Spear Fioris today and yesterday has been an absolute assassin. She has been running around these fights, making sure that no matter what, those Fenties and Flacias are going to hit. It is insane how much damage she is pumping out over and over again, resetting those 2 shave stacks over and over and over and over again in these fights. This is why I want post custom game stats, man. I want to see how much true damage.
Yeah,
I want
right?
to see how much damage is coming through. But here we go. Dead on Cybers in a little bit of a situation right now. Wickaline running
And
back.
she's just gonna pick up this wick for free.
Baby for that team. She knows
Yeah,
gets
they're
everything.
the last
too.
to come in, first to the wick. Not bad. And they got to be happy about that. I mean, they're only on 3 field kills right now, but they've got great positioning on the map. They're above every other team. There's no way anybody's going to come behind them once school closes. So they, you know, they're in pretty good positioning. Meanwhile, over in Uptown, we have oh, no. Okay. Meanwhile, over in Hotel is what I meant to say. Gyeonggi's looking to call in, but they're being pressured by Asher. They do get the call-in off, though. They're just going to walk away, try to get this craft off. We have a Samadhi Fire in Mai's inventory as well, so a lot of crafting needs to be done on this side of Gyeonggi.
Indeed. I did also see a fully built Carla with the Blood Halfling set up, but another fight inside of Forest. Let's see if this is going to work out for Team Asher or if it's going to work out for Team Kyunghyeni, because Jino is pumping out auto attack.
Oh, no.
Kazu gets caught out. Sanguine Javelin is going to lock that character down. Down he goes. Third party coming in for Team Asher. They still have the acceptance speed, but down goes the Lenny. They need to recover now. 13 seconds to go until it is going to be Doomed and Jober for these teams, but they don't have the credits. Jenny has to run. Narvik is trying to run. There are people everywhere in this quadrant of the map. Narvik's going to try to get the res. Does he have the credits? I don't think so. It's just day 5. No! Team Asher. It is a tragedy for this team.
And they're so desperate for points right now, too. Oh, it's so tough. Maybe they could pull off a miracle like they did yesterday.
They're dead. This is looking bad. DDO now stuck in the middle of everything. Beautiful push away with the wind up. He's gonna get taken down though, and down goes the Bernice as well. These close fights are gonna be determined by just a little bit, but the healing coming from Dina is just barely enough. And Team Saber picks up their next 3. They're sitting on 10 kills. Hungnam Rocks picks up 4, but that's it. That's all they have to show.
Dina just has so much prowess on this character. He knows the exact limits he can push it to, and Jinho is just gonna die here. There's no way out. I mean, Tsubame is slippery, but
not that slippery.
Not enough, yeah.
She's not released Tsubame.
Yeah.
Release Tsubame would have actually gotten out there.
Cartel coming in. Cartel has 0 kills. That is not good for them.
But I think for this team, it's a little bit more about the consistency, right? Because they are looking to at least get something out of game number 5, and they've scaled actually pretty well, looking for opportunities. Soul Stealer online too, so they can jump on any opportunity as soon as they find one. Sitting on 0 kills is actually not the worst thing, as long as they're alive and they're pacing themselves correctly.
Yeah, well said.
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. Good job.
You and I have some
Amazing.
really good sync when it comes to thought processes.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow, that's, that's good. Good stuff.
Facts. Like, word.
Facts up, man. Oh my god, Zenithie covering so much distance. Ig9 is gonna get ran down here. He can't really get out with the wild dogs here. Sebi finding so many resets to just stay on Ig9. There's no escaping this.
Oh, there he goes. Back
He's
towards
gonna
the
White William back in, and that's gonna be curtains for Ig9.
Still alive, healing drone, not gonna be
And
enough.
that's it for Gyeonggi, but they got 7 field kills. They can't be too upset with the outcome of this game, but they do have a lot of ground to cover. They are one of the bottom 4 teams looking to try and break into the top. And some of these top teams are still here. Daejong and Chusette still in this game.
Cyber is holding pretty strong inside of Forest, but that zone will close. Our 2 temp zones this time around for game number 5. will, as a matter of fact, be Uptown as well as Hotel. Only Team Juicy sitting inside of Hotel at the moment. All of these other teams starting to file on in towards Uptown. Temp Zone is slightly far away from the Hyperloop, so if these teams do want to book it out over onto Hotel, there is a possibility in which that can happen. But with the camera placed down by Team Saber, I don't think it's going to be that easy for this team. Team Cartel and Tekken Cyber still looking to ego this positioning, but side of Team Saber, they don't know about this, right? CCTV is turned off.
Yeah.
A little bit of the saving grace for these teams.
Yeah, they're able to fight completely safe, even under an area that CCTV would normally cover due to the CCTVs getting disabled during this phase of the game. But, you know, one of the important things is controlling the zone and trying to get the timer advantage, but it's tough because they're going to be... Saber's going to be forced to be the team in the middle if they stay in this positioning, because as you can see, Daejeon Cybers is looking for the fat wrap coming up behind everybody. Cartel actually is going to be the one in the center here. Magnani looking to send the Reign of the Vampire Queen, looking for an angle. No, he holds off, controlling the zone. Yeah, Daejeon Cybers has the most timer here.
Cartel.
They can safely step out. They just don't know that for sure.
Oh, Punghua.
The Cartel, yeah, Punghua was just dead, and now they're just going to die to timer at this rate.
It's another Punghua situation where I get it, you're forced to do something here. Reign of the Vampire Queen will go down from Magnani. The fight is going to continue, but down goes Revenue, already down on the ground. Dushiman is still alive from this, so it's a 2v3 now. Magnani, I don't know if he has enough damage to manage this. Cadmus
No, he
also
doesn't.
on the Darko.
They have no way to get through
Oh,
Dushiman.
yeah.
He's just too big at this point.
Goes. Unfortunately for the side of Tekken Cybers, they will not be able to take away the game, but 12 kills on hand. They're looking extremely solid, and it's the same case for Team Cyber, sitting on 14 for themselves, looking for their 17.
And fighting into that team specifically, Dushiman can just step up so safely because, I mean, it's hard for them to disable his shield, and they don't really have a good consistent DPS that he has to worry about. He's able to, and he also has an Adina behind him that's providing sustain towards him, so he's just able to walk up against them. Against this team, things might be a little different. This Jenny able to take him down with enough time given to it. And Sebi is going to make Dina have to play very respectfully. Dina actually splitting up pretty far up. Sebi looking to capitalize on it, but it's not going to happen. Magnetic field coming out. Sebi, I believe his dash is on cooldown at this point. He's still pushing forward. No, he has more. They're still sending it forward. I'm shocked. I thought they'd reset this fight. Xenophine's completely split off from his team, not able to provide any utility to anybody. And down goes Shinonome. This fight looks pretty much wrapped up.
The call out there from Shinonome I think was right, but he got stunned and pushed away immediately as soon as he blinked in. It's really unfortunate, but the acceptance speech would have been good if it was followed through by the red carpet, because Dina gets pulled in and then he gets what is it? He gets charmed, right?
Charmed.
Yeah, then Sebi could have killed the Dina, but it's really unfortunate that the stun timings just worked out like that. It just blinked straight into a moon, as well as the shadow stab coming through from the Fiora, completely misaligning him from everything he wants to do. Sebi, unfortunately, will not be able to chunk through, as again, Adina is really good at these extended fights and keeping themselves alive. He can try all he wants, but there's another double guillotine down right there. Doesn't even eat it. GG's called out to Team Saber. 17 kills on hand, will take away game number 5 in first place.
Yeah, and Xenophine just got completely split off from the entire fight and wasn't able to really contribute towards the second half of the fight at all. And yeah, Shinonome just went down due to it.
Good stuff. Well played over on the Team Saber. They're finally starting to step up towards the end of the series, and off of that, you know, they might have actually secured themselves going qualifiers in towards the finals, and that's really good too. Seems like they have found their composition that they can actually play reliably in comparison to the Cathy comp for Dushiman. And yes, it is really unfortunate that we don't get to see him play the Cathy, but when it comes to reliability, yeah, this is just way better.
Oh yeah, this composition worked way better. I mean, Cathy can work, but her consistency is very inconsistent, for lack of better words, right? I mean, you know, if the one shot doesn't happen and you're not able to stick onto a target and you get peeled off, things just don't work out. Whereas running something like this is a far more, I guess, meta composition is how I would phrase it. They can play things a lot more by the book,
Sir,
and don't have to look for weird angles.
You say meta, but that team has Spear Fjord.
Oh, hold on. According to ERM now, man. I mean, we already got a Spear Fiora waiting in the finals. We got another one finding success in the wild cards. This Spear Fiora, it might be. We'll keep an eye on the pick rate after ERM. I'm kind of interested to see what happens. People might catch on to this.
I'm quite surprised about this right now as well, because one of the reasons as to why Spear has been slightly dropping off is that, of course, when it comes to the two-handed sword, you're missing out on the opportunity of the parry, which is really good, and Almas in and of itself is a really good weapon, because it has the Lich's Grasp in it. And when it comes to the Spear, Rapier, you have Quick Cut. You can close the gap and really start looking for flash angles immediately. It's not a skill shot that you have to land like the attack compose at all. It's just run in. There you go. Point and click. We talked about this earlier. Point and click is pretty good when it comes to these games.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
But
especially for these players, they're so good. They're always sidestepping skill shots, and they're on low ping. So something that's consistent, that's point and click, is good. But
I think it's just the fact that Spear, it's the raw stats on Cosmic Biter right now. It's just so good.
It has the raw stats and the combo potential, because Spear skill just sets them perfectly up for the Fente.
Yep. By the way, there we go. Score sheets for game number 5. I was actually going to mention the raw stats on Cosmic Biden. I'll talk about it in just a moment here. The cutoff point for qualifying is set by Team Cartel, sitting at 45 points. So you will be sitting at 39 right now. They will get their hearts back for the final game. Gyeonggi NA to Asher and Seongnam Rocks looking to be a little bit in trouble. Team Asher has dropped 10 points below the qualifier stage when, after game 2, they were in first place, so
yeah, Asher's fallen very far. I mean, I think Seongnam Rocks and Asher are almost out of the running, I want to say. I mean, 10 points is a lot to try and surmount in one game. 10 points plus whatever Cartel makes up, or 15 points plus whatever Chusette makes up. It's a large point difference, but Gyeonggi and OOB are not out of it by any means. These two teams can definitely make it back in one game, especially if Cartel goes out early.
We'll have to see if that is going to be the case. But guys, game number 6 is about to pop off. And after this, again, top 4 teams are going to move on. Bottom 4 teams are going to be denied entry into the finals and will be the last game they play in phase number 2. And we will see which team is able to do that. But a real quick thing, by the way, before we go over into game number 6, I just looked at the numbers and I don't know if this is fully updated, but I don't think they touched Cosmic Bident in 1.25. It has 112 amp on this thing.
What?
It's a meteorite item.
Are you kidding?
That's even more than some blood weapons in this game.
That's what I was gonna say. It's more than a lot of blood weapons. What is that?
Yeah, you start combining that in correspondence with something like a Holy Orders or even a Persona that gives you the additional amplification. That's 140 amp that you get off of that item alone. So
it's just bonkers, man. What?
Yeah, that's the reason why it's doing a lot. And I believe Shadow Stab also has some bonkers amp scaling on that.
Scalings, yeah, it does a lot of damage. A surprising amount of damage for a move that applies CC.
Yep, push back when you're really close, and the slow as long as you just land it.
Yeah, it's crazy. While you have the wiki open, if I could bug you, just out of curiosity, how much amp does Blood Spear give?
Blood Spear, Spear Longinus has...
Spear Long...
118. So Cosmic Bident is like 5 below it.
Oh my god, we're 6 amp below on 300 credit difference? Oh.
On the bright side, right? Spear of Longinus at least has the armor pen, right?
That's true. Yeah, it's definitely more damage.
Yeah, but the upgrades on what is it? The upgrades on not Cosmic Bident, but Spear of Longinus is actually kind of bad. It's one of the reasons why Star Hunter isn't played as much on the Spear Fiora, since it has magnetic midnight. What was it? It's like magnetic, but I'm forgetting the word. It's
magnetic midnight.
There we go. So I did have it right.
Is midnight. Yeah.
You're not really auto attacking much on the spear. You're trying to just keep your distance, so you never really proc the slow. It's really nice. You get it, but pocket that often. So here we go. They're going to be running it again. The Fiora back and online for Sawton. OUOB is going to be running their bread and butter. Seongnam Rocks back onto their bread and butter here as well. This is literally what we've just been seeing throughout the entire week.
Yeah, this is their bread and butter, as you said. This is exactly what they want to run. Douchey staying with the Alonzo. They like how this composition worked out last game. NCMB back on the heart. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty standard stuff. Songnam Rocks sticking with the composition they ran last game. I think this composition's good, honestly.
We will see
From
if it's
Songnam
going to be
Rocks.
enough. Yeah, they have
Yeah,
to make
I mean,
this
they
work.
have a lot of ground to take up. They need like a super pop-off game, so they just got to go for broke here.
Songnam Rocks, on the other hand, if this comp does work, it is insane. I'm just a little bit worried that these compositions are a little bit too tanky, that even the fastball itself is not going to be enough, because we saw that multiple times in game number 5, and the hits that William has taken as of late to his damage, oh gosh, it is the direct result of how good this Bernice, William, and Shukai combo was in the middle of Season 3. I'm just kind of sad that you weren't able to watch it, but this team kind of ripped teams to shreds.
Yeah, I could see it. I could envision it. I wish I caught it when it actually happened. You'll have to show me that after the cast. I'm curious. There was something else you wanted to show me too. I can't remember what it was. A clip of something. I think it was somebody just getting deleted or something.
Oh, that's right, the Ekyon clip.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
you never
right,
showed
right,
me
right.
that. Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it now, just so that I can at least have it in the back of my mind. Right, it was the Team Fairy one-shotting full build Ekyon late game with without the queen checkmate, without the checkmate, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get that loaded up for you, and I'll show it to you later after this. But yeah, across the board, we will see if this is going to be enough. For these teams, there is no one-shot threat like the one that Team Fury is going to run. It's just going to be a plain, raw 3v3 fight that is going to be extended for the most part. So if you're looking for an angle onto NCMD, he is full build maybe, but is just going to die. No, he's not full build. Alright. It's pretty close. I don't know why this happens. This happens to me too, where I'm full build, someone else isn't full build, and they just kill me. Maybe Ekyon just sucks.
Kill you, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, maybe Ekyon just sucks.
GG. I mean, you know, Ekyon's never really full build until he gets his weapon, and you don't get that till what, level 9?
No. It's level 7. It's level 7. Yeah, that's the breakoff.
Yes. Okay.
And even then, I don't think Ekyon's value really relies on having the purple weapon at least. One, you have to get it to legendary, of course, when it comes to Black Mamba King, so you have the flame barrier, and you also need that weapon skill, man. Otherwise, Ekyon is just purely like useless.
Yeah, the weapon skill has so much utility and so many different versatile ways to use it.
Takes your brains the character, quite honestly.
Yeah, really. Daechang Cybers, once again, like every game, they just have so many kills early game. They always seem to find a way to just pick people off. I don't know if they have just like 3 really fast routes and group up together in the same zone or what, but they always seem to have early game kills. Maybe it's just the way the lobby is structured and how people are routing. I don't know.
Darko is also just really good at finding opportunities because so many people are moving around. There's a lot of moving parts at the start of the game, so as soon as he finds an isolation target, he can immediately jump on him and buy a ton of time for his teammate to actually start coming in. When people are moving as a unit, there's not that many pieces moving around the map itself, so picks are not exactly what you're looking for as Daechang Cybers.
Yeah, exactly. Once everybody gets grouped up, usually by the time the objective rotation spawns, everybody's grouped up.
How did that miss?
Picking people off doesn't really hit. Yeah, I don't know.
That baseball literally went through the Shuka. I don't know what happened. Oh, double taunt coming in. I think. Oh, actually, no, I'm gonna land it onto Shinonome. Accept speech is gonna land. He's actually kind of safe. There's the play that coming in. Sebi does go into exuviation. He does have his resets, but it's a little too early on in the game for him to get his gauge back a bit more consistently. Just be a reset coming through for Team Chusei, 1-0 in favor of Team Cartel.
Yeah, and I mean, the meteorite spawning here, Cartel definitely wants control over this hospital to try and get this meteorite for themselves into the Factory Wolves rotation afterwards. So, yeah, winner of the fight there definitely gets a huge tempo advantage coming into this second day.
Stuff coming in. 35 seconds to go until we hit day number 2, which means fight for trees and meteorites are going to be abound. Who is going to be the one to take away the small advantages in the early stages of the game, right? It's game number 6. You got to look for these early on. Get the kills, get the objectives, scale up as fast as possible so you can at least have a chance to make it into the qualifiers or, quite frankly, knock down a team from qualifying and send them into relegation.
Yeah, I mean, some of these teams are definitely, you know, which teams were in the bottom 4? It was Gyeonggi, Asher, OOB, and Sungnam Rocks, right? So if any of those teams get eliminated early here,
that's it.
They're out. Like, that's the end of their run. They have no shot, no chance left to try and make it into the... Wait, hold on. Magnani in trouble. Jinho on him.
Oh,
huge blink. But the Sanctuary buying so much time.
Okay.
But not enough. Oh my god. And Daejung Cyber's showing a bit of weakness here, but, you know, it's too little too late. They've definitely got far too much of a lead to fall behind.
The only issue is they lost the Tree of Life in favor of it, right? Getting the 2 kills on the side of Team Gyeonggi and 8 is extremely important right now.
Yes.
That was in cost of the additional transitions coming in. There's a double taunt coming in from the Mai Ping, doing the exact same thing we saw earlier. Narvik completely isolated. Acceptance speech is not going to save you. Team Asher gonna fall down, and it seems like this Ekion, Jenny, and Lenny comp is struggling up against the Mai, but it's a third party coming in
but
from the side of Team 2C. They have the exact same comp, and the play that's popped already. Wait a second, this Mai is going absolutely mad, but she's completely isolated.
Ballistic.
Yeah, the shield is a little bit isolated though. They're just trying to pick up the Tree of Life and get the heck out of here because they know they're at an advantage, but Sebi
They didn't get the tree.
overdid
Sebi gets
it.
chunked out.
Oh, this is problematic.
Gonna go down. Oh, the Peacemaker hitting chickens. Hitting chickens.
Oh my god.
With the tree going over to Cartel. Sebi, I don't know how or is it? OOB coming in from the rear using the jump pad, but Airline didn't make it to the jump pad with his teammates?
And they saw the recon drone too, so immediately just gonna put it out there instead of calling the building.
Meanwhile, Cartel, I don't think they've used this tree up yet. They definitely don't want to take a fight until they've gotten their transition value online. And here we go. It looks like Dina's going to be the one... No, not Dina. Bunghwa is going to be the one using it.
Should be the Scotties coming in, I believe, because it's been a split between Lich's Grasp on the arm piece, and then the Moon for the Primordial Hex. Pretty good distribution of utility and damage.
Sense. And if you look at the map here, Rox is all alone in this top battle zone, and it's this top half of the map in general. They should be able to get this battle zone into Alpha. Huge tempo advantage for them. Exactly what they need.
Oh, Jumo!
Oh! Oh my god.
Jumo, no, don't do it, man. This might actually be the end of the fight for this team because Jumo never decided to step in there. Oh, you hate to see it. They gotta keep track of timers.
Wait, Pied goes down there too.
I mean, it's a 2.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought he was. It looked like he was gonna make something happen. I don't know. I don't know what. My eyes are just hallucinating at this point. Yeah, they just have to leave.
Round 2 between
Cybers. Yeah, good play by Cadmus. Just ult in, throw yourself away to get Magnani out. It's still day 2. Lots of time. Lots of revives can still happen.
Gyeonggi and A actually picking up multiple kills against the members of Daejeon Cybers. All 4 of their kills are from that team.
They're hungry. They definitely want to make it into these make it into the finals. You can tell just based on how they're playing. They're ready to take this lobby and just try to push as hard of a lead as they can. But Douchey Man just holding forward. It's just the indomitable force that is Alonso has to be respected.
I'm quite surprised they didn't decide to pop the shield with the spring trap, but here we go. It's gonna be Ing9 going through again.
Finding his way in, finding the taunt onto Bunghwa.
Bunghwa forced out, the damage from NCMB, but pull back in with the play with us! Oh, Gyeonggi and they're trying to find their life, their breath of life inside this tournament.
They're still hungry for more.
Bunghwa, Jinho can chase this down. Wait a second, life and death seal, does he have it? Oh!
No! He blinked forward, he's just not barely reach. Oh, he finds it!
Damage!
He's gonna go down.
Tazu has to find this, play with us. Oh, there it is!
He does! Oh my god, Cartel goes down!
Gyeonggi and 8, they're looking for a breath of fresh life in this tournament. 7 kills on hand. They have a great start in game number 6. Cartel knocked down, but they got 6 kills. They bump up their points overall a little bit. They were somewhat safe thanks to the performances in game number 4 and 5, but just because of those performances does not mean they're guaranteed into the finals. Gyeonggi and 8, they are fighting. They are fighting. Meek.
Yeah, Gyeonggi fighting.
Gyeonggi fighting. Yeah,
Magnani. Now what? Magnani is just. Awkward.
Well, the Reign of the Vampire Queen actually did land on the Pied because of the blink in
Did
from
it?
Cadmus, but it does get him killed. Oh, they're still alive.
No, Cadmus barely making it out, but
Oh,
Asher
no!
no, they're not.
He's on
OOB here
downtime
with the
too.
third party. Pied's gonna go down here.
Bruh.
Burn to a Chris, going to take down Pied. I wasn't sure for a second there.
I don't know about you, but I think Eva did a lot of work there. She kind of seems.
Oh yeah. This character's insane. I don't know. We've been dealing with it in North America forever. Just dealing with these Eva. They just jump. They do so much damage. They're broken.
I don't know why Eva
can't deal with it.
players are coping on this character, man. She seems
Yeah, I
absolutely
don't
busted.
know. These Eva players, they're all they're huffing and puffing that good old copium. The moment they try to play melee characters, they'll know the real struggle.
Yeah, but good kills coming through from from OUOB. Again, this is another team looking to qualify into the finals. This is going to be a very close score sheet, especially with Cartel falling down this early. It opens up a lot of opportunities, and we actually have a high density of kill counts going in towards teams that actually need it. Gyeonggi in 8-7, OUOB sitting on 2 early game. This is a team that scales well into late.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And OUOB is always so consistent, always getting high placement points almost every lobby. Speaking of OUOB, here they are fighting against Asher. Pied trying to find a way in, but he's just not really able to. Narvik kind of split off and Jumo goes down, so they're just gonna have to leave. OUOB
They just
kind of
credits are bad. Barbosa starting to find something. DDO has not activated the fastball just yet. He's looking for an angle. Satin a little bit tanky. Double knockup coming through from Barbosa. Magnetic field is looking pretty good. Dushiman still alive on this. Satin looking for a way back in. But there's just not enough damage on the side of Team Rocks yet. It is really difficult without the items that this team needs. DDO without the signature fireball. They're still looking to go back in. Does he have recharger or something? Oh, no, there's the finger point. Oh my god, the damage is insane!
He just dies instantly! And now Youngi's just gonna get ran down by the 3 of them. Oh my god, this Bernice damage is crazy, but it's just not enough. 3 people on him, he's just not able to do enough there. And DDO just went down instantly. He got pointed at and had no way to step out of it and just died.
Yeah.
He just died.
I don't know. I really hate to be the harbinger of bad news, but I genuinely think that might be the calling card. That might be the fight that draws the curtains for Team Songnam Rocks. You saw how much lacking they are on damage right now. This William, even with the fastball, he had 100% uptime on the damage. Couldn't even chunk through about, what, 30% of the health bar on that Fiora? He is lacking severely on damage at the moment. Even if he has Dyadic, even if he has the Vigor, he's not able to get through the health bars of some of these characters. It is a bad spot for Songnam Rocks to be in.
Yeah, and to top it all off too, they're sitting at 0 kills coming into day 3 starting soon. Or wait, isn't it already day 3?
Yeah, no, it's
it
day
is.
3 right now.
Oh my god, what am I on about? Yeah, it's already day 3 and they had to burn credits to revive, and like they just with no kills, no credits, no anything, it's looking doomed. And I believe they were the 8th place team on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
So it might just be too little too late for them, especially with Cartel already being wiped. That's one of the opportunities that they could have found on a team that's killable, just gone.
Curtains are slowly but surely starting to draw on these teams right now. Game number 6, you've had 6 games the past 3 hours to get the points you need in order to qualify for the finals. Of course, you can get unlucky. Of course, you can just not have a good day, but at the end, it is the result that determines your qualification status. Jumo looking to get an angle on towards Umu. He's getting stalled out right now. VF overflow looking to be pretty good. Piet getting taken dangerously low, though Nemery actually has the damage to knock that down. Umu not refusing to go down here either. Narvik trying to run away from this. Asher down 2 for 0 in favor of OUB, sitting at 5 kills right now. Narvik!
No,
Sebi's in, and down he goes.
He's gonna die. Asher goes down with 0 kills as well. That is brutal for them. I believe that spells the end for their tournament run.
Indeed. Unfortunately for Team Asher, that will, as a matter of fact, be the curtains drawn for that team. They're gonna end their tournament run with ERM Season 4 Phase 2 in the wildcard stages. Thank you so much for playing this weekend. Hopefully we get to see you guys back during Phase 2. Rocks looking to fight it out up against Team Tej on Cybers. Bob Malsa already getting taken down. DDO looking for fights back in. He's trying to get the fastballs on. He actually has it activated. The stasis. Oh my god, what the heck happened to Cadmus's HP? Oh my god, what did he do? He's turning it around! Finally, he has the damage. Finally, he finds the targets. This is a breath of fresh life now for Team Songnam Rocks. What's going on?
They finally are finding their stride. DDO and just so much damage coming out. I mean, we saw the Jukai go down and we thought, oh my god, this is going poorly. They're out of the game, and all of a sudden, just 2 people dropped instantly.
Round two, they have the credits to go for the revive again. DDO, oh, this is not good. Hyungi actually stays alive throughout this. Wait, he's still alive. The auto attacks are chunking through Revolu's health bar, and he has the dash.
Yeah. And now Cadmus is back on the run, and they have credits to revive again. Funny enough, but only one person, I believe. They're short. Yeah, they are short. Just a little bit, but they are short credits. So now they're running around as 2 Daejeon Cybers. Fortunately for them, they've already had a solid 5 games to begin with, so I don't think they'll be too worried coming out of here with first place and 5 kills. First place on the leaderboards and 5 kills already.
Look at how desperate Songnam Rocks is right now. They have 500 credits sitting on this Burmese. I would not be surprised if they decide to swap this William onto Chaser, even if he has Dyadic Prism right now. That is such a big damage source for this team.
Cybers getting caught in the corner. Everyone's favorite forest corner to check.
The blink fails as well. What a...
Yeah, it's Joe Wadida.
But Daejeon Cybers is very safe. They had a really consistent run here today. Yeah, it should be completely fine. OUO looking to be in a little bit of trouble as Nemery has been taken down. 5 kills still. Their credit counts are looking a little bit sus, and he isolated away from the rest of his team. In a little bit of trouble. Can't even hyperloop on out of here. There's so many teams inside this area. Saber looking for kills. Chuseat is just going to be able to dash on out of there. It's a close series, Meek. It is a very, very close series.
Yeah, this is really close because a lot of these teams that are still alive right now are hungry. Oumu is getting yanked. What the hell? And down he goes. I believe Douchey Man picked that up. Yeah, he did manage to get that one. He stole that away from Chusette.
Why are all these people that are usually not meant to get kills stealing kills from a full team?
Right? We saw Lenny get a kill earlier with 6 people wailing on somebody. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, this Lenny got a kill earlier when the person they got the kill on ran into a whole different team straight into the middle of them. I don't know what's happening today, but you know what? It's fun. We're watching some good games of Eternal Return, and there's still a breath of fresh life and a hope. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, I should say, for some of these teams. Gyeonggi and 8 sitting on 9. Songnam Rocks sitting on 7. There's a long way to go for Songnam Rocks, but this is the start that they've been looking for.
It's not insurmountable, yeah. I mean, if they can win this lobby with, like, I don't know, how many kills do they think they need? Around 15?
15.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's possible.
Is a chance, but this team needs to be extremely proactive right now. And with how many teams are looking to be proactive, you're gonna get the chance. Third party over on the side. Signature Fireball is down. Third party looking to go through.
Here comes Songnam Rocks with the third party. Oh, nothing really happens. Everybody disengages. Gyeonggi is looking. They have Wick. They really want to make something happen. They need more kills if they want to.
Oh my god, the acceptance speed. Pull in! Dina's dead!
Oh my god!
Shinonome! This guy, the psycho of Jenny!
So crazy, man!
Bob Malsa trying to capitalize off of this. Dina is the only thing they're going to find, though. Down she goes. This is going to be a little bit rough on the side of Team Saber. Have to walk all the way to the north side. They will be able to get the res off. Still, I mean, oh god, Chusi having to duke it out up against the Wick team. Does make the distance and will be able to get themselves on out of here. Oh, but DDO is right here. It's going to be Bob Malsa looking for the angle. There's the shots coming through from the Bernice.
Going down to Shinonome.
Oh my god, he lives!
Ing9 sees Shinonome. He dropped the ward down, managed to catch him out. Down goes Shinonome. But they do have enough to get a revive off, and they are beelining it right to school.
It's night 5.
It's night 5? Didn't they just get Wick?
Because the Wick, because you saw Gyeonggi actually having Wick. Oh, the curtains are calling.
Yeah, I think that's it for... OOB, I think, is done. Chusette was in the top 4. They might be okay. It's so hard to tell because the standings were so tight from 3rd to 6th. It was just nail biter close. I think there was only a 10-point difference between 4th and 5th. Gyeonggi has 10 kills, and between the 10 kills and the placement, they might have enough.
Zaten, they're going to take the White Lily across, but not that much time are left on the side of Dushimen. They have to fight it out here. Spear Fiora is not going to be enough to do a 1v3. Dushimen will get taken down here as well.
Down, and Gyeonggi finds 2 more kills, raises their placement points that much higher, and they're just breaking it in on this last game. The desperate times called for desperate measures, and it paid off. They've been playing so aggressively. Rocks walking in.
They're going in. They
They're
know
gonna get
they
spotted
need
by
these
Ing9
points.
here. Ing9 sees it, looks for the taunt. Actually ends up taunting Bob Malsa. And Bob Malsa, he doesn't actually go down.
Nobody getting taken down here. Free at last is going to go through. Everything was used from all of these teams. The health bar is looking desperate. Tazu is healing back up with his passive. Pullback coming in. They want to find this. They want to find these chances. Bob also going to go in. They know this is the last gambit. It's not going to work. Play with us is going to pull back DDO. No free at last right
Gyeonggi
now.
needs to disengage.
Oh,
Gyeonggi
Centipede!
Centipede?
Oh my god!
What the? He almost finds a kill. Gyeonggi needs to just play the square because they know that this team burnt a ton of timer walking around in Fire Station. They know they have a timer advantage. They don't need to do anything fancy.
Fireball is up. Here we go.
But they're gonna aggress, and they are gonna actually just wipe them like clean.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
The
Team's going on rocks.
And Shawville just has so much value against them on rocks. What the heck is this? Wait,
Noodle fight?
Is Sebi gonna revive his team?
Yes, he is. There it is.
Oh my god!
The wet noodle fight for the timer scam on the side of
And what the hell was that? Chusette back in this. I mean, third down transitions definitely. Oh wow, Shinonome has a lot of items actually.
Yeah, and they're
This
right
is
next to a
doable.
console.
Yeah, and well, they don't have anything to call in, but
Well, no, Chusi just called in a tactical skill.
what does that
for
say?
Sebi.
Tech skill?
Yeah, and it's actually really important here too, because I think Sebi was sitting. Yeah, he's full transitions right now as well.
Oh
so
wow!
That max
What the
HP bonus, it's gonna be
Okay,
so big.
These guys are stacked actually now. Sebi just had 3 items, and I guess they were able to call in 2 more here.
This is all gonna come down to how Jinho can micro through this entire fight. When is he gonna use the life and death seal? Is he gonna be able to get away from Sebi? Is he gonna be able to withstand the pressure coming through from Team Chusi? The shields are there, the heals are there. There's a spring trap in.
Ing9 is taking a beating though.
They need to win this fight in order to guarantee most likely themselves into the season final. Well, not the season finals, but the phase 2 finals, I should say. Timer being spent on the side of Team Chusi. They're looking for an initiation back in, but with the Sicilla, it's becoming a little bit difficult. Trumpet's called in. Here we go. Overflow is in. He's already used the dash. No resets coming through. Springtrap is going to be dodged out by Jinho, and there's the taunt going in. Shinonome is going to go into the play dead. There's exclusive being invested. A9 still alive. Everybody's still alive. Shinonome still back up to full HP. Sebi looking to get an angle over onto Dazu. Not going to be able to find it. There's a pullback in onto Jinho. He's going to use a life and death steal. He's going to get taken down. Yes, he will, but it's a 1-for-1 trade.
A9 got the rest up though. He's half health now.
Sebi looking for an angle back in. He's getting taken down too low. There's the auto attack coming from Ing9. He gets the kill. Centipede will get taken down by the drape, and it's going to be Gyeonggi Innate.
Oh my
18
god.
kills in first place to end out the wildcard stages.
Oh my god. Nerf Sicilla.
Windy is here, is he? Dude, he was here earlier. Where'd he go?
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? That was crazy though. And Ing9 took so much heat in that fight, and he managed to sneak away for a little bit while his teammates kited back, got behind the wall, rested back up to about half health, and re-engaged just as Jinho went down, and got a good taunt off.
Oh, dude.
And that was what won them the fight. If he wasn't able to get away and rest up like that, they surely would have lost.
What a close fight between the two teams. Chuseet managed to knock down one, but it cost the life of Shinonome. He got taken down too early in the fight, right?
Yeah.
The play dead invested a little bit too early. He got pulled by the Sicilla straight into the wall of that van, sitting right next to the temp zone inside a fire station. Cost him his life. Play dead was invested, and then the cooldown, even late into the game, is just not enough for that to come back in time. Nice attempt from Sebi, nice attempt from Senafine, but it just was not enough.
It's just not enough. I mean, when Shinonome goes down, the composition left at that point, they don't have any damage really, not any consistent damage. I mean, Ekion does damage, but he doesn't doesn't kill things very quickly, you know?
It's the slow burn. It's the long run play that we've been talking about over and over again
Yeah.
throughout the week.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see these scores. I think Youngie made it in.
Yeah, they should have
They
18
should
kills
make it
first
in there.
place,
They
26
should make
points.
it in. They were 10 behind, and I don't think any of the teams made enough points to mitigate that gap, but it's who's going to drop below at that point? Gyeonggi goes up, and which team falls out? Is it?
It could even be teams.
OOB was in
Cartel?
5th coming in? I think it's Cartel that's going to drop out. I'm pretty sure it's Cartel because they went out really early. They had 6 kills, though.
6
So
kills.
it's hard to say.
The thing
I-
is, for Team Choose Seat, they didn't get that many kills, but they got the placement points.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, second place is worth more than 6 points, right? 6 field kills.
This is going to come down to the wire for this final score sheet. This is going to be crazy, guys. I'm super excited. I just want to see the score sheet and be excited and at the same time devastated to understand which teams are going to be moving on and which teams are going to fall out, because this weekend has delivered onto us one of the greatest ERMs in our lives. Yesterday, chaos. Today, controlled, good games of Eternal Return that we would see normally, and it's all textbook by these teams, which is exactly what I also want to see.
Yeah.
From these teams.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, I thought the wild cards would be more wild than the groups, but I stood corrected. These guys, they played very consistent games, very, just solid Eternal Return games. And here we go. We're getting into the scores now.
Oh, 26
Youngie with 26. And Songnam Rock's got 11, but it's not going to be enough. They were too far down. OOB might have actually stayed in with 9 points.
We'll see.
Oh, this is going to be so close.
We'll see. Where are the overall results? Drum roll.
Drum roll. They're building the suspense, man.
Yeah,
It's like, just show me already, man. Just do it. Just do it. They
let
can't hold on
me-
anymore.
let me
Ah!
Let me in. All right, let's see. They are really holding this out. Wow, this is
Yeah,
okay. Here we
like-
go. Cartel is the one to fall.
Cartel's out. Oh.
That is devastating. And Team Asher is
Youngie
gonna
jumped up
end.
to 2nd.
What?
Oh my god. They
off
had
of
such
that
a
one
rough series. They had such a rough series, but that just goes to show you how good one game can be. Like, they got 48 field kills, and they got how many in the last game?
What, like
17 or something like that?
18?
Yeah, like they got a third of their field kills in one game. Like, it's crazy. That's all it takes, though. That's all it takes is one game to turn things around and make it into the finals. So congratulations to Daejong Cybers, Gyeonggi and Nate, Saber and Chusette moving on into the finals round tomorrow. Cartel, OOB, Songnam Rocks, Asher. They played well. I mean, they made it to the wild cards, but it just wasn't enough today. I mean, OOB really struggled off the heart bans. Those games where heart was banned, they really just had a hard time.
Yeah, no pun intended.
A hard time.
Yeah, hard time.
No,
but
Cartel. Cartel had a solid series. That last game they went out early, and the cards fell as they may. Gyeonggi was just the team that happened to pop off on the game they went out early.
Yeah, that was exactly what happened. 3 kills, 6 kills? I think it was for Cartel. It just was
Yes.
not enough, man. That's just what happens. That's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Hungnam Rocks just completely ruining the chances for that team. In the end, guys, we have our top 4 teams moving on into the finals tomorrow. And I could have sworn that yesterday it was a very similar case for Gyeonggi and 8, where they managed to do a really good pop-off game in game number 4 of their group stages to net themselves just barely into the wild cards.
Yeah. I
They're
mean,
a
if they can
slow
play
engine rubber.
the way they play, they're slow starters. They got the Reggie Rocks assembled. But hopefully tomorrow they can show up frame 1. Just
With
start
the-
playing out the gate.
With the checkpoint system, it's going to be even more brutal if this team is not able to get anything done, because tomorrow is going to be quite a grind, ladies and gentlemen. One more time to remind all of you guys in here that tomorrow with the finals, it is going to be the old checkpoint system, right? So it's going to be the team that's in checkpoint and has the most points going in after the game. That's the way. Wait, is it? No, it's the first place team. There we go. I'm getting myself mixed up right now.
You literally just said the new one, and then.
Yep. Let me reiterate myself. We're going back to the old checkpoint system, which means a team in checkpoint has to win a game in order to fully seal the deal. That is going to be the winning condition for a team. Be in checkpoint and then win a game. With this temporary zone system, we have seen some funny things throughout the weekend, Meek. There is a world in which a seeded team is down to a solo member, gets the revive, and somehow wins. That could be what ends the games tomorrow.
That would be just nonsense, honestly. I don't even know, man. If something like that happens and that's how it ends, I'll be in shock. We've already seen enough crazy things. We saw a damn timer scam, man. We've seen that. We've seen teams go to one member, get a zone alone, full revive, and win multiple times now. Actually, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. These final zone changes have shaken everything up so much.
This weekend really has delivered onto us some incredible Eternal Return games throughout the course of the weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow at the same time, again as today, again as yesterday, the finals of Eternal Return Masters Season 4 Phase 2 is going to be online right here on the Eternal Return game channels at 5 a.m. Central Time, 6 a.m. Eastern Time, 3 a.m. Pacific Time. Do come and join us. We've seen the number of people watching this stream, and guys, it is amazing how much interest you guys are showing on to ERM, and we wholeheartedly appreciate all of you guys for it. So thank you so much for joining us so far this weekend. And let's end it off with a bang tomorrow, the finals of Phase 2.
Yeah. Exactly. Well said. Nothing to add to that. Yeah, but no, the support has been amazing, honestly. I mean, these games start early, and we all know ER players in early, it don't mix well.
What do you mean? Yeah. These are prime time hours to become ranked.
Yeah, prime time hours for the people that stayed up all night. But yeah, thank you for the support, and I've had a blast casting this. I've learned so much about the Korean teams and all the players, and about the game in general. It's been great. I've been loving casting this. It's been great.
Heck. Yeah, it's a good way for you to kind of return to a whole fresh face set of players that are going to be coming in. So for you, it's kind of like a new journey at this point, yeah?
It is, yeah. It's the old man's enlightenment journey.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, with ERM done for today, it does not mean that all of Eternal Return Competitive is done. For those of you guys in North America, EROB is going on tonight at, I believe, 1 p.m. Not Central Time, but Pacific Time, over on, it might be Passan's channel. I think there's 2 different groups or something like that. You'll have to figure it out. If you guys are interested in it, check out the EROB Discord server for that one. That's a fun community event going on. And other than that, there is also a community game night event happening for some of our low elo players. They will be able to...
I had no idea.
Yeah, they're going to have a little bit of a fun, I think a best of 4 series. I think I might be watching that on my own stream because they don't have an official stream for that one. So if you guys are interested in those kind of stuff, make sure you guys stick around. Today is going to be full of Eternal Return game content.
Well, I think that just about wraps things up.
I don't know about you, Meek, but I don't know if I can keep on yapping for 30 minutes out here, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I can maintain 30 minutes of yapping. I don't know. I mean, these people do need their drops. We're doing a public service, I guess.
I didn't expect you to fully go out there and acknowledge that, but yeah, you know what? All of you guys in the chat,
I'll acknowledge it because I still need my drops. Let's keep yapping a little longer.
What do you mean? You should have been here the
I'm kidding.
Okay, this guy. All right. Guys, it's been 3 hours and 30 minutes. If you guys weren't here from the beginning, well, that's your problem. Early bird gets the worm. I love you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the finals. Peace out.
You too, I'm Big Speedy. Have a good day.
Bye.